Good afternoon from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. I'm Joe Hunk. Adam Schefter is reporting what we all kind of expected as Titans fans, is that the Tennessee Titans will not franchise tag Derrick Henry. In fact, so far today, there's only been one player that has officially been tagged, and that is Bengals wide receiver and Tennessee native T. Higgins. If Derrick Henry were to have been franchise tagged, it would be for $12.109 million. The NFL Combine starts this week. So far, we know that quarterbacks Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels will not be throwing, but wide receiver Rome Odunze will be working out and catching passes at the Combine. Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors will both be there, but neither of them will be participating. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Three Town 104.5 The Zone. What up, National Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful and warm day in the Music City. Dawn Davenport is on assignment. She will be back on Thursday. Slay Dog is here.
I'm in the building. I'm in the building. Yes.
The Tennessee Titans are not franchising Derrick Henry.
No king.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Can't believe it.
I just want to know how many people wanted him franchised.
Also, Nashville is growing. Similar headlines. Also, Tennessee is in first place in the SEC. Also, Ron Slane's wearing a white T-shirt.
Okay.
Also,
You going somewhere.
Babs is not here. These are all obvious things that are true. Like, we all knew that they would not franchise tag Derrick Henry at $11.2 million. So thank you, Adam Schefter, for that bit of breaking news. I guess you got to report it, right?
Yeah, it's out there. If nobody reports it, you don't know.
Well, we knew.
We had an assumption. That confirmed it.
Executive producer of 3HL is Joe Hunk.
Sup?
What up, Hunk?
How'd you spend your weekend, Hunk?
I actually spent it watching college basketball for the first time this year. First time.
Wow. What did you watch?
I just hadn't been wanting to. I'd had it on the background. I've watched it a little as far as like doing other stuff, but on the edge of my seat, intense, paying attention to every single shot. This was the very first weekend. And I was watching Slay on SEC Network.
Hey, what else did you consume, Hunk? What games did you consume?
It was the Auburn game that was on SEC Network. That was it. That was the first one that really got me. And then I forced my wife to watch Alabama get destroyed by Kentucky.
Good job.
Yeah.
Auburn in South Carolina with bounce back, nice wins.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Mississippi State pummeled LSU.
Yes, it did.
Vanderbilt got handled by Florida.
As expected.
Alabama got run through by Kentucky.
As expected.
Alabama's 3 losses on the road are by like 18, 20. I don't have it in front of me. I did look at it, though. 18, 20, and 22. So when they lose, they get run.
Yeah. Made their coach tell them in the post-game press conference, all questions about our defense are out the door. Everyone knows that we can play defense.
Oh, yeah. Breaking. Alabama's defense sucked on Saturday. Thank you, Adam Schefter.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
117 points. Mm-hmm. That's the most amount of points that Kentucky's ever scored against an AP-ranked team.
It's crazy.
How about that?
They were on point.
With some of those teams that have rolled through there and some of the bad teams that they've played with those great teams.
Yep. And they let off the throttle a bit. I thought there could have been more, but
what a crazy year in college basketball.
Wow.
So I said a few weeks ago, man, it's on heroin. College basketball's on heroin.
It is.
I sat down and watched Purdue and Michigan, and Purdue handled them, and Edey had like a career day, and like that guy frustrates the crap out of me. He's got a huge head and everything. And
that ain't why you frustrated, though.
He goes left, like he's like a robot. Like he has no emotion at all. He's like a killer in one of those movies. It's like Part 5, and here he comes. He's still coming at you with that right hand. He will not go left, I'll tell you that. He will not go left.
No. Why would he? At 7-4, just shoot over somebody.
Well, poor Michigan. Like they were saddled with so many fouls. Like Olivier Kamwa is not there. And so they were trying to guard him with dudes that were like a foot shorter than him.
Yeah.
But you know what, Slay, though? They still didn't pull away from a really bad Michigan team.
Nope. Mm-mm.
And so I've watched them twice since that Tennessee game earlier. I watched them lose to Ohio State, which is one of the worst teams, just fired their coach in the Big Ten. And then that Michigan game, they could not pull away from them.
Yeah, teams that can keep Edey in the action give themselves a good opportunity of winning, at least staying close. And you never know what can happen down the stretch. But keeping them in the action of down screens, curls, pick and rolls, a little bit of everything, making them work where you just can't sit in the lane and be 7-4.
They're so good at the three-point shot, too.
Yeah. Yep.
And you know what's interesting? They put up a stat during the game. In the NCAA tournament the last 2 years, that's what's failed them. They've shot 21% from three in the last 2 years.
They go cold. And that usually what's happened when you go to these arenas, these huge arenas where they're played. And, man, that depth perception is ugly at first. It takes at least a half to get used to it. And then by the end, you never know what's going on. People get into the basket, foul trouble, whatever it may be. But that's what makes the
arenas
tournament
as
great.
opposed to gyms?
Yeah. Yep. Like even with Thompson Bowling how it's built, it's still not, when you're behind the goal, the depth perception goes out and up. Thompson Bowling more goes up. And a lot of these arenas that colleges play in, so that depth perception is different, man.
Like Bridgestone. I've heard that about Bridgestone.
Yep. It is different. That's why with people that get hot, they get hot because they see it first. So
615-737-1045. KC up next on 3HL or first. KC, what's up?
Hey, y'all ready?
Yep.
Let's get it.
Look, Slay's all over the bubble, man. I saw exactly what Doc did in the NBA. He was broadcasting, and all of a sudden, you find these head coaching jobs, and I don't think Doc Rivers could really coach. I met his son a couple of times. I'll tell you that story with Slay a little bit later. Okay. But I see Slay up there, man, with his shoes and his suits on. And,
on point,
man, the brother's slick. He's slick. He's slick, man. He's slick. He's on there, man, talking about fish sandwiches and all kind of stuff.
Did you bring the fish sandwiches up?
I think so.
I saw him campaigning for the Vanderbilt job, but we got openings at Michigan, Ohio State, Louisville, Indiana. And I'm glad Don's out here because we're probably Bruce Pearl's probably going to take one of those jobs. But I want to find out, is Bruce Pearl still held in a high regard? Do you see him possibly taking those jobs? Can you imagine in NIL what he could do?
Yeah.
And I'm going to hang up and listen.
That's a great question, KC. Thank you, man.
And Slay,
Slay,
I'm campaigning for you, man. Just put me on as your agent, and you know why, because I'm helping you out here, brother.
Hey, KC, he'll bring you with him and the Sunshine Band.
You better believe it. Everybody rolling.
Hey, guys, I appreciate the platform, and take care. Tell Don, keep doing what she's doing.
Man, no doubt, KC.
Well, I think there are drinks and sand involved.
Oh,
she's doing
a lot of it, man. The Bruce Pearl thing, I think, is a good question, especially when you think about Indiana with them having roots there. But, man, what he's created at Auburn, I don't know if you walk away with that. And when you talk about NIL being in place of it, man, the SEC outside of Vandy is not slacking in it. You know what I mean? And it helps that your football program is winning, so you can pull from that as well. But you look at it like whatever he's getting at Auburn, he could get at that Indiana job, that Ohio State job. Like, you got to think he's got draft picks in there. Like, he don't miss.
Don't get Buck's hopes up.
No, I wish I would. No, and then you got to think also he's paved the way to when he does walk away from the Auburn job, Stephen Pearl can just fill right in. Like it's
right now, or does he need a couple more years?
I think he needs a couple more years. But if he were to walk away, like it's known Stephen Pearl walking into that spot. You know what I mean? I would be shocked if Auburn went another way. And I think maybe because of that, you also see Coach Pearl hold on to it a couple more years.
A little bit longer,
so he can get seasoned.
To give Stephen more time.
Yep.
Tennessee up to 4 in the AP
that again,
and
y'all.
the coaches poll.
Say that one more time.
Tennessee is ranked 4th in the AP poll.
Top 4?
Highest ranking of the season. Would they be on the 1 line now?
Top 4. Top 4.
Got some work to do. They've got number 11, Auburn, Wednesday. Number 14, at Alabama on Saturday. Number 18, at South Carolina next Wednesday. And number 16, Kentucky, who's playing balls out next Saturday, 3 o'clock on CBS.
If they happened
That's 4 quad 1 wins you could get.
4 quad 1 wins. They could go in on Friday and lose in the SEC tournament. 2's guaranteed. They could still go get 1. If they go get 4 quad 1 wins to end the season, they could still go get that 1 spot.
They're a lock for 1 if they get 4 quad 1 wins.
I don't care if they lose on Friday.
Because they already have 5.
Yep. I think 5 and 6 in the quad 1. So
maybe 6. Yeah, maybe it's 6. You know, I saw a stat. Texas A&M has 6 quad 1 wins. No team with 6 or more quad 1 wins has not made the tournament.
So Tennessee has 4. They're 4 and 5 in quad 1 wins.
Wow. On the broadcast, they put 5 and 5 up.
Yeah. I don't know how they did that. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, anyway, A&M's got 6, and no team with 6 or more has not made the tournament.
Yeah.
And A&M's in a tough spot. They've lost 4 in a row since that win against Tennessee when they look like an incredible team.
Yep. Yes,
what
they do.
What a crazy year, man.
Wild.
You can watch the show YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
The Evan Bank chat is open. Some of the things that we'll get into. By the way, the Bengals did place the franchise tag on wide receiver T. Higgins. Titans aren't going to franchise anybody.
No, why would they?
I mean, just before Schefter starts breaking news all over the place, like they're not going. They're just not.
Tannehill's not going to get franchise, y'all.
Yeah, breaking news.
I know the Baby Hunt Titans want to return him. Who the Baby Hunt Titans going to franchise? Y'all retain
it would be 1,000% Derrick Henry. If we could, trust me.
Video game numbers.
Trust me.
Sean Murphy Bunting not going to get franchise tag.
Yeah. Aziza
not going to get franchise tag.
Just trying to throw something.
Way too much.
It's $24 million for a linebacker.
Yeesh. Do a lot with $24 million.
Yes. You are correct. Yes. You are correct. Duke star Kyle Filipowski injured his ankle in a court-storming event. John Shire said, we got to end them. We'll talk about that. I love offseason confidence. This from Bills coach Sean McDermott. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when they win the Super Bowl.
Who's that?
Sean McDermott, Buffalo Bills.
Oh, wow. That was real. What are they? What kind of offseason they about to have?
That is so dumb.
Yeah,
Cam Newton involved in a scuffle on vid. It's amazing.
Hat didn't move.
Hat didn't move. There was a cane that went down the stairs. I don't know where that came from, but the hat did not move in the scuffle.
The wildest part is I hope everyone listened in to us being on Radio Road because we kept on talking about day in and day out how big Cam Newton is. Like this, I'm big, man. Cam's huge.
Two dudes went after him, and he was handling those 2 dudes. It was a third guy that came from behind.
And he started laughing at him.
That clocked him.
Yeah, like what this? Let me get to you.
Did y'all see RG3's tweet about it? RG3 says that man played and led Auburn to a national championship with only 1 NFL offensive lineman. He can handle multiple guys coming at him.
Dude.
Also coming up, I want to get into this with you.
Okay.
Coaches making comments publicly that actually do turn around the team.
It can happen. It can happen.
Going to talk about that. It happened with the Predators, who have won 5 in a row since Brunette said we need to concentrate on hockey, not vacations. He said more than that, but that was the crux of it. And Rick Pitino, 2-0 since his wild-ass press conference.
And, I mean, he moonwalked that back. Good God. You couldn't get no slicker than that.
And they beat number 15 Creighton this weekend. Nashville SC tied the opener 0-0. Will Bowling on Twitter said ties can be exciting.
That is so dumb.
Who did?
Will Bowling.
Say what?
Ties can be exciting in soccer.
We're going to leave that to Babsy, Willie.
Listen, we all have our opinions about things. That is a hard thing to sell, man.
Yeah.
To people that aren't fans of the sport. Like, if you're trying to grow the sport, that's a hard thing to sell.
Yeah. The people that know it, like, I think Will said he's got a point.
In life, we're all competitive in life. We want winners and losers. We don't want a tie.
It's a scoreboard, y'all. That's why the scoreboard.
All right, Mark Maryani coming on at 4 to talk about his former college teammate who is now the special teams coordinator, Colt Anderson. You are on point or on notice. And we'll go from there. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Everyone's house is different, but they're all the same in one way. You've all got those places where the Wi-Fi just won't go. For you, maybe it's the attic. For others, it may be the basement, or whatever the story is. If you had wall-to-wall Wi-Fi from Xfinity, you can worry less about those dead spots finally. With wall-to-wall Wi-Fi from Xfinity, you get fast speeds throughout your home. You get reliable connection in every room. We all need that, and power for all of your devices, even when everyone is online. This is amazing. This is what we all need. Your ability to do everything in the house with everyone in the house. That's wall-to-wall Wi-Fi only on the Xfinity 10G network. Get wall-to-wall Wi-Fi from Xfinity for a reliable connection throughout your home. Now through March 5th, get gig speed internet for $35 a month for 12 months when you add unlimited mobile. Plus, get Wi-Fi equipment included for 2 years. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Switch today. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees are extra and may change. Gig speed Wi-Fi requires gig internet and Xfinity Gateway. After 12 months, internet increases to $60. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity internet. Actual speeds vary.
What's happening, good people? Let me tell you something, man. I mean, let's get straight to the point. When you're talking about things that are endorsed or you're talking about reading for someone, hey, I ain't going to lead you down the wrong way. That's why I'm telling you about KellumStemCellInstitute.com. Reason being, I tried this, folks. Yes, it works. Why do I know this? Because my knee was giving me problems. I mean, flamed. Inflamed. It was like holding a lighter to my knee when traveling. Man, the inflammation was unbearable. So when this came along, it was a no-brainer, especially getting to go get a consultation and talk to Dr. Kellum himself and him answer every single question that I had. How do you set that up? 615-850-4415. 615-850-4415. Let your body, your cells be your solution. When the stem cells were taken out, they stored them for future and continued use. When they deployed them into my knee, inflammation was attacked immediately. I haven't had a problem yet. And yes, I just went for a 6-month checkup. You can do the same thing at KellumStemCellInstitute.com.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Hope you're having a great day. Britt Doherty and Ron Slay with you on a Monday afternoon in the Music City. Tara on YouTube. Where's Dawn? She's on assignment.
Yeah.
She's on leave.
Hey, man, shout out to everybody that gave Babsy birthday.
That was awesome.
Man, y'all flooded her. Good gracious. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. That's love right there.
That was love.
Give Babsy a look.
She might have had a big fat margarita in her hand when she read that.
You said actually as big as her face. I guess I'm a good or a bad thing.
I'll tell you this. If you drank a margarita as big as Zach Edey's head.
Yeah. That's a bold up there now.
On the floor, rolling around, sucking your thumb.
Done.
Nah, he's a great player, man.
No,
he
no
really is. And I mean, he utilizes that 7'4", and he's not 7'4" skinny. He's 7'4" and wide.
Yeah,
so.
girth. Is that the word? Should I use that?
I mean, yeah, but
I already did.
I mean, it's true.
Okay. He's wide body.
He's a wide body.
Strongly built.
Yeah, and he had, what did he have, 35 or something?
And 15. It's something crazy. I saw it at the
and they still just had to, like, hold on.
Yeah. It's going to happen. That's going to happen quite a bit. It's going to happen quite a bit. I will say this. If he would have faltered in these last 4 games and Dalton Connect go do Dalton Connect-like things, and that's going to take, I think it's going to take Dalton Connect to average like 30 in these last 4 games.
He's going to have to be spectacular.
Yeah.
And he already is, but
right.
I mean more than
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
He's averaging 24 in the SEC play. like he looking for. He had 24, and he wasn't the main story in the game. Zakai was. Jonas Adu was.
I texted you in the middle of that game, and I was like, I love watching this guy play. I started thinking about, like, Tennessee point guards that I've really enjoyed, like C.J. Watson.
Yeah.
There was a comet that flew across the sky at one point with a guy named Orlando Berry. You need to look him up. His handles were unbelievable for like 1 year.
Yeah.
Kentucky, I remember going to a Kentucky-Tennessee game in Thompson-Boyd Arena, and Kentucky tried to press Tennessee, and he would beat it by himself every time.
Yeah.
And they were like so frustrated, but he would beat it with the dribble. Didn't need any passes or anything.
That's how Zakai is.
Zakai's like that.
Yep.
But the way that, like, I don't even know where to start with this defense.
Exactly.
Like, my man for Texas A&M's holding the ball and getting ready to, like, turn around jumper or something. Zakai just takes the ball out of his hands and goes the other way.
The dude's serious, man. The dude is serious.
He acts like he's going back up the floor in an inbound, cuts in front, layup.
Yep. The man's serious, man.
Cross-court pass, flies in front of it, reverse layup where I don't even know how he did it with the left hand.
Yep.
9 points, 9 rebounds, 14 assists. I didn't even see how many steals he had.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yep. I forgot all about this.
But close to a triple-double. That man messed around and almost had a triple-double.
A triple-double.
But it goes beyond that. Like, he's in control of the game on both sides of the court.
Yes, he is.
Like, Wade Taylor came out and hit 3 threes. That was it. See ya.
Peace.
Done.
The same thing he did at Texas A&M, he did the exact same thing. Came out, hit them 3 threes, and he guided them to a win. This was not the case. Zakai had 4 steals. And this is the coldest part about it all. 0 turnovers.
0 turnovers. 14 assists, 0 turnovers.
In 35 minutes.
I looked up, I always try to give you like weird stats that maybe your guys don't look up.
And I love them.
When he was on 13 assists,
Yeah.
I looked up the assist record at Tennessee. It was 19. This
Johnny
guy
Darden.
had no, it wasn't Johnny Darden. It was a guy I hadn't heard of
Yeah.
a long time ago. But 19 is the record.
Wow.
But I almost feel like if like Zakai knows that, maybe he can go after it.
He probably would.
You know what I mean?
He probably would. He's conscious to what he's doing. Being able to talk to some guys behind the scenes, like, let me just share. Dalton Connect, this is why I say Connect is, he could go crazy, and he's in a good spot. He said, man, I've never been spoon-fed as many shots as I'm getting.
Wow.
He said, I know I can go one-on-one and make me a bucket, and maybe a difficult bucket at times. But all the amount of free shots that I'm getting, like where I don't have to dribble or getting layups, he's like, Zakai spoon-feed me.
Yeah, but his free shots are like difficult shots for other people.
Yeah.
Because he's shooting those long threes over people. Because it's not like people don't know where he is on the floor.
They're closing out.
They're closing out every time.
Mm-hmm. But placement and everything is on point, man.
But Zakai not only gets him the ball, he gets him in the shooting pocket.
That's right.
And he's ready to go. Tennessee beats the Doors off Texas A&M. Win number 800 for Rick Barnes.
That's big time.
86-51. The game was tied. This is something we did talk about. The game was tied at 24. Tennessee then closed out 62-27.
So, clamps.
I mean, what was said at halftime? I wonder if that's the kind of group where you really don't have to say much. Like, I know one halftime speech, they talked to Dalton Connect about, hey, man, you need to move around more. Like, you're stagnant on offense without the ball. Move around without the ball. But, like, I don't think they really need to get all up into their butt. You know what I mean?
They don't. And Coach Barnes lets those guys do it. I think that's the most important. See, this ain't going to show up in the stat sheet. Josiah Jordan-James, Santi, like, I've never seen in 4 years, this being the 5th year, I've never seen Santi be so vocal. Now, when I went to practice, Coach Barnes literally did not have to say a word during a scrimmage. The players were calling the timeouts, subbing guys out of the game, holding each other accountable. I'm like, Zakai wasn't even playing. Zakai was on the bench. Like, he didn't play in the scrimmage, and he was sitting there telling guys what to do, call the timeout. They put Cam Carr on the bench because he didn't get back. Like, they know how to coach themselves. So when Coach Barnes does have to holler or get into these guys, it's taken a different way. You know what I mean? But because he's trying to get a point across, but he lets these guys do the coaching, and you got to love that, man. You got to love that. And Josiah's, he's big on it. A lot of times you'll see in the huddle them doing the communication.
How much – we've talked about Adu becoming one of the more effective big men in the league and in the country.
Yep.
So that's been going on. How much does it help that Awaka now is starting to see his place?
Yeah, that's tough.
And understand kind of what he can give them.
Yep, it's a different
30
feel.
and 20 combo, those two.
Different feel, man, when you're going forward. Because now you can play different styles. And I think early on you were kind of struggling with that when you looked at playing Hunter Dickerson, you playing Zach Edey, and you playing Baycott and all these guys. How do you counter this? So one guy go for a block shot. If it's a big,
then
you
the
don't
rebound's
have,
gone.
The rebound's gone.
Yeah.
Now if it's Jonas going to block the shot, Awaka is going to get the weak side rebound.
Best offensive rebound percentage in the country. He just doesn't have enough to register the stat. Isn't that crazy?
That's tough. He's a machine.
Because he's not the tallest dude in the world, but he gets it done. A&M 7 of 34 from 3, and they started out. They hit 4 real fast.
Yeah, they did.
But Barnes stayed with that idea of boxing them down low and making them shoot that outside shot, and it worked. Tennessee shot 52.4% from the field. Out-rebounded the Aggies, which is one of the better rebounding teams in the country, 50-33.
That's what they lean on. That's when you look at why did they get beat at A&M? It's because they were more field goal, they were more hungry, they were a step faster, they wanted it more. This was a situation that Texas A&M had an opportunity, and the Vols shut the door and locked it, and it was over. It was over before you could blink, man, and then it was time to have fun. I was so glad.
Boy, they had a ball.
I was so happy for that because if you go back and watch that A&M game, the way A&M was talking, it was ridiculous. But here's another behind the scenes. You know, it was the orange. They checkered Thompson Bowling. Mm-hmm. So they had the orange and white shirts on the
Food
seats.
City.
Yeah. So leaving shoot around, some of the A&M players took some of the shirts and was like, we're going to wear these when we win. And the players, they had heard about it and found out about that. So that was another reason. This is the same situation. Same situation. Who was it? Was it Florida early in the year that was talking trash and they went out there and dismantled them? Like, sometimes you got to let a sleeping dog lie, man. Don't poke the bear because the bear's listening. Even if he looks asleep, leave him alone.
How much fun did you have in games where you're up like 25 with like 17 minutes to go? I mean, it's just a blast. It's so funny, the difference in sport. If you talk to a hockey guy, because I asked Matt Duchesne this one time, they were up like 6-0 starting the third quarter.
Yeah.
And he was like, third period, sorry. And he was like, honestly, those games, you got to really have your head on a swivel because the other team knows they're done and they're just looking to take you out.
Yeah.
So it's different in hockey where it becomes a more violent game because the other team knows that they've already lost. Mm-hmm. In basketball, you really can't. I mean, you can be physical and tough or whatever, but not like that.
You can't be like that. You better not be like that. You'll be like Alan Flanagan and getting thrown out like the way he stole on the Ole Miss guy. South Carolina guy. But you look at it and, dude, this to me, when that score gets like that, it's all for the fans then. It's for the people that paid their money. Let's rub it in. Let's give people a good show. You know what I mean? To keep you coming back and let's get some entertainment out of it. That's the way I looked at it. It's going to be all energy, loose balls being dove for, anything to pause the game so we can get the crowd hype and let them get louder. You know what I mean? And they deserved it. And they showed out and did a great job. When NIT chant started, that was real dope. Instead of the overrated, they started chanting NIT.
Yeah, somebody mentioned that in the chat. Jeremy mentioned that in the student section with the NIT chats. Richard Hendricks checking in.
Hey, Rich, what up?
Mark Sears should be SEC Player of the Year.
See, he need to stop.
That's the Alabama love right there.
Yeah, and listen, I respect it. I love what Sears
is up there.
He is, without question.
But Hendricks played at Alabama.
Yeah, exactly. He knows that.
But you played at Tennessee.
Ain't no question. I'm still saying DK. I will say, man, Mark Sears is the engine that makes them go. He stirs the drink for those guys at Alabama. But at the same time, they ain't seen nothing like this with Dalton Connect. They ain't seen nothing like this coming. This man's been on a tear like no other. He will be able to close the gap.
I love what you said. He scores 24, and everybody's like, eh.
Right. Like, you expect him to score like that.
You're like,
you looking for the
18.
35. Come on, man. Looking for the 35 and 40-point games, and, like, that's enough.
What was he had, like 7 30-point games?
Yeah, man, the man is different.
Laura says, happy birthday to Dawn. You can keep them coming in. She may tune in here. I don't know.
Happy birthday, Karen.
John L. So could Dalton transfer to another school next season for more NIL money? I think he's done.
No, this is it. This is it for him.
Plus, he's a lottery pick.
Yeah, like it's, and that's
according
so crazy
to everyone.
Yeah, that's the crazy. Like, everybody's saying that. Seth Greenberg, Jay Billis, like lottery. Y'all know
one of those
lottery
guys
means?
said first college player taken.
That is tough.
How about that?
That's tough.
I mean, would you go Zach Edey over Dalton?
I don't know if Zach Edey will be in the top 15. That's
right?
the craziest part. As dominant as he is. I think he gets drafted, but top 15, man. These guys looking for these guards and wings and versatile four men. Not a five guy to come burr in. Imagine what Joker would do with Zach Edey. Jokic for the Denver Nuggets.
Come run around, big guy.
Joel Embiid. Put Zach Edey on Joel Embiid. Like, it's showtime. So you got to be a little bit more agile than that. So it's going to be interesting. I do think he'll get on the roster, but it's going to be tough, baby.
NBA is a different world, isn't it?
I do think something that I want to throw out there so everybody here. This could be, if Jonas Adu plays like this down the stretch, you could have 3 Tennessee players on first team All-SEC. The only thing that would push it over is if they only take 2 big men. That'll be probably Tolu Smith, Janai Broome from Auburn.
Don't they take like 7 players?
I think 8 players? I think it was 8 last year.
Yeah.
And I think 2 players from Bama were on it. I may be mistaken.
Do you like that, or should it just be 5?
I want 5.
I'm with you.
I want 5. And I
don't play a game with 8.
Yeah.
I don't start a game with 8.
Right. I give me. I know Zakai should be on it for sure. He was on second team last year, didn't even finish the season. So imagine what he did: first team All Defense, first team All SEC, and to me, he should be Defensive Player of the Year. I understand what Castleton and all of that brings. Like last year, block shots, protecting the rim. He does a lot more than just protecting the rim.
Kentucky unloaded on Alabama 117-95 for the Cats. Justin Edwards, 28 points on 10 for 10.
Man.
From the floor. You want to talk about having fun? Kentucky was having fun. They were up by 42 at one point.
Yes, a ball.
They have found something. They've won 3 out of 4 after that 2-4 stretch. I think people have forgotten that.
Mm-hmm.
Before they started this little run where they started playing defense and looked completely different, they were 2-4 in the previous 6.
Mm-hmm. That's why I walked away from that LSU game. Them losing up 16 wasn't really worried because they showed they could play defense. They just had a mental lapse. And that brain
just
fart,
let go of it.
Yeah, that brain fart came back and bit them. But yeah, they the way they got up 16 on LSU, that's what they did to Alabama.
Missouri lost by 15 at Arkansas. Tigers 0-14 in the SEC. They have these games left: at Florida, Ole Miss, Auburn, at LSU.
Hey,
can they get a win? Can they find a dub?
It's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough when you ain't got that guy. It's tough. Sean East is a really good player. Bates is a really good player, but you ain't got a Kobe Brown this year. And other teams that you're playing need it for seeding, so everybody's playing for something.
Vandy lost by 13 at Florida, 77-64. Their last 4 are at Arkansas,
Arkansas is playing better.
They are playing better. LSU at home, at Kentucky, Florida at home.
Them last two, you can forget about it.
Got to get one of these two. 2-12.
LSU at home, they should try, but I think LSU, they have an opportunity to do something special.
I do want to point out some positivity with Vanderbilt. Vin Allen Lubin, 15.7 rebounds again.
Yeah.
So I look back at his first 8 and his last 8. He's only played 16 games this year. His first 8 games, he had 3 double-digit games, but he averaged 7.8 points per game. In his last 8 games, 13.8 points per game and 6 double-digit games.
Yeah.
He's really come on. And he's a sophomore.
Yep.
So if y'all want to worry about a guy that might go to the portal and get some look,
absolutely,
he might get some look.
There you go. Like he's shown the growth with given the time what he can do. The other guys have gotten time and haven't given anything. So I would expect them to be knocking on his door for sure.
Not knocking on Lubin's door.
That's right.
Who's your boy that we were talking about? He had 7. He was over 4 from 3.
Rivera Torres?
Yeah. Rivera Torres.
He had 7?
He had 7. He was over 4 from 3. 2 for 8.
That was a good job, man. Keep fighting.
Played 16 minutes or something?
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's getting an opportunity. So the opportunities aren't scarce. Like everybody's getting an opportunity to get out there and do something. You just got to do something. Van Lubin, he's maximizing this opportunity without question. And then he did that against 7-footers. You know what I mean? Florida got some dogs down there in that interior, so salute to him for that.
Bengals plays franchise tag on wide receiver T. Higgins. I know that was a guy that a lot of Titans fans had an eye on. Also, Adam Schefter with some breaking news. The Titans will not franchise tag Derrick Henry.
Where'd you get that news?
I mean, the air.
Come on, Chef.
I mean, he literally could have wrote that whenever he wanted.
Do it now.
That's not happening. We'll talk more about that. Can there be a franchise tag place on a Titans player next? 3HL 1045 The Zone.
What up, fellas? Listen here. Listen clear. I got something for you. Low T Center. You feeling a little tired, grumpy? Listen, I've been traveling and I felt it. Yeah. I took a couple of weeks off from Low T, and man, not being able to get my vitals checked, knowing exactly where my blood pressure and things like that were, my low testosterone was getting to me, man. And what did I do? I went in there and got it handled. Yes, indeed, you can do the exact same thing. Low T Center right now, $25 to get your T levels tested with results back in 25 minutes. LowTCenter.com, reinventing men's healthcare.
Boy, it feels like spring out there today. There's no question about it. You know what that means? It's coming. And you need to get that lawn ready. My guys at Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply can help you out. DickensSupply.com is the website. Trey Hartsook here with more. Trey, what up?
Hey, bro, what's up, dude? Yeah, it does feel like spring out there, man. It's really great. I'll tell you, it makes you really think that, hey, I might need a new lawnmower this year. Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply is the place to trust if that's going to be something that you're going to be looking into, not only because we can service and do warranty work on anything we can sell, it's also because we have a lot of great brands. So you go into some dealers and they're so tied to one brand, you go in there, you got to buy what they have. At Dickens Supply, that's not going to be something you're going to have to look out for. We sell so many great brands that maybe you like some or maybe you saw some on the internet you really want to ask questions about and see firsthand. At Dickens Supply, we can do that for you. And also the time of year where you want a great lawn because it doesn't just happen overnight. You got to put a little work into it. Here we have a great 12-step turf process. If you follow what we give you, then you'll be in great shape. Looking forward going into the summer. Stop in to see us. Love to talk to you about equipment. Love to talk to you about your lawn. Conveniently located all over Middle Tennessee. Got locations in Nashville, Hendersonville, Murfreesboro, Bellevue, Brentwood, Lamar, Mount Juliet, and Franklin. If you can't get a hold of us, check us out online, DickensSupply.com.
Hammer time. Little 3HL fact. First concert I ever went to, MC Hammer, with Mitch L.A. and Oaktown 357, all those guys at Starwood. When was that? Like 1990, 91? And you were also there.
Yep. Then at the one at TSU. Mm-hmm.
But what's funny is, like, we were at the same concert like 30 some odd years ago.
What would we do? Surprised I ain't jump on stage. I loved him.
My friend Billy McCurdy was driving his mom's Toyota Corolla, and he was 6'5", like 320. So he would lean the back seat the front seat all the way into the back seat, basically. And he was driving sorry, Mom, if you're listening. He was driving so fast that we flew past the Starwood exit at Old Hickory, you know?
Yeah.
We got to Murfreesboro, and we're like, where's Starwood? Had
Y'all
to go
just
back.
past it. Woo.
Yeah. I mean, we were seeing white, as Mickey says, like the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
That was a good show, though. You want to talk about record number of people on the stage?
Dancing, too.
Dancing.
Nobody just standing and watching.
I mean, yeah,
No, none of that.
Nobody's standing around.
No. You got to perform. You are an entertainer if you would hammer. Don't hurt him.
Ball boy for the Oakland A's.
Yep.
Funny. 615-737-1045 at 3HL1045 on Twitter. Once Henry gone, we won't be getting reported on at all.
Was it?
No, listen, man. The national media is falling in love with Will Levis.
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't have a setback, like if he shows growth in year 2, people are gonna be on him, man.
And I think it's some early on excitement about what Bill Callahan can do with his dad. As far as that offensive line getting it together. And with Rand, I think so. I think so with Rand as well. You got to think, man, these relationships mean a little something different. I think when you have a blank canvas like this, you got an opportunity to go paint it and create your own narrative. So it's going to be interesting to see. Now, you have to get somebody, like you said, Will Levis, they could be falling in love with him. A lot of people talking about him. And we know when you're selling a franchise, if you got a quarterback that's a brand, that's a little bit different than having a guy like Derrick Henry. Listen, great, Hall of Famer without question. But that running back spot and that quarterback spot, two different gravity pools without question.
Well, I mean, look at the franchise tags. In terms of position player value, quarterback number 1, running back number 10.
Yeah.
And they would be 11 if not for special teamers.
Mm-hmm.
Or they'd be last if not for special teamers.
Yeah. So
you think that's true, too? That, like, Will Levis could be not that it really matters, but, like, I mean, you do like attention on your team. And you do like to turn on the talking head shows and have them talking about your team, right?
Yeah. You want to, but at the same time, you got to have something for them to talk about. When you look at teams when they were bad. Even when the Bengals were bad, them going to get Joe Burrow now, granted, this is a totally different pick as far as high pick and value and everything coming out of a national championship. But you have something to talk about. Their O-line was horrible. Cincinnati was horrible. But to be able to thrust them into that spot and have a little success, automatically have you talking about them. Like, even when you look at someone as middle of the road as we look at Kirk Cousins, he still makes headlines for wherever he is. I mean, the quarterback spot is just different, man.
615-737-1045. You want in that 1992 Tennessee win over Kentucky that I mentioned, where Orlando, they tried to full court press Tennessee into turnovers because Tennessee was leading. And Orlando Berry was a guy that did not play very long for Tennessee, but that day he was a point guard, and he ran all over. Like, between, it looked like a circus sideshow thing.
Yeah.
It looked like a bunch of, like, dribbling drills you would see at the All-Star game or something. And I mean, just owned it. And he finished that game with, I'm looking at the box score now. He finished that game, Orlando Berry did, with 7 points and 4 assists. Allen Houston had 36.
Man, you about to fill it up.
And only 1 for 2 from 3.
Darn.
Isn't that crazy?
See, he messed up the assist, putting it on the floor. They was probably running them off the 3.
15 of 16 from the free throw line.
Yeah, that don't never hurt.
Corey Allen had 13 points and 10 boards.
Yeah, CA.
Yeah.
Look at my guy.
Jay Price, 12 points. Carlos Groves.
Big loss.
From up the road. 23 points and 7 rebounds. And it's funny, like, looking at these lineups. Lang Wiseman, who's an attorney now in Memphis, had 7. For Kentucky, Jamal Mashburn had 28 points, 7 rebounds.
You talking about a freak.
And 5 personal fouls.
Dang, Monster Mash fouled out?
Played 36 minutes, though.
Dang. Hey, that's a dude.
Darren Feldhouse had 23. John Pelfrey had 10 and 7 rebounds. Jamel Martinez was on that team. Dale Brown. Sean Woods. Sean Woods, who should have had the game winner against Duke in the famous Leitner shot, which was a cold shot,
that's
too.
Crazy, man.
He hit the shot that put Kentucky up that led to the half-court pass to Leitner for the winner.
Imagine, like, it's stuff like
little things like that
seconds
in your life
can change the whole trajectory of things, dog. History.
Richie Farmer was on that team. Travis Ford. I don't know, like, how y'all are, but, like, I get, like, really nerdy into looking back at old stuff like that. see some of these lineups. Like, go back to, we were talking to Zach Pillar. He was in studio the other day, and we were talking about that 98 game. And he was like, Al Wilson looked like he was 50 years old out there. These bags under his eyes. He's like, walking around like you never knew where he was coming, and he was coming hard.
Every time. Chin strap, beard.
He had 15 tackles in that game, 3 forced fumbles, a fumble recovery, and I think an interception. Anyway, but that 98 Tennessee-Florida game, go look at the freaking box score in that game.
Yeah, serious.
It's funny, man. 615-737-1045 at 3HL1045 on Twitter. No Titans are going to get franchised, so, I mean, don't worry about that.
Forget about it.
I mean, the only two would be Henry or Sean Murphy Bunting, and you're not paying those guys that amount of money. So that's what's going on. Nashville SC tied the opener. You can hear the games right here on 104.5 The Zone. Will Bowling, Lucas Panzica do a great job calling those games. 0-0, the opener. They're fun to go to, man. I'm just not like I'm not a tie guy. Like, I don't like ties, man. Yeah. I remember in college football when we had ties and that empty feeling when you walked out of the building.
Yeah, that ain't nothing. I guess, but if you're the home team in the ties, you get a point. I think that's how it goes. But I will
talk
say
about the fan experience.
No, yeah,
I want to see points. I want to see scoring.
Yeah,
I'm the guy that soccer guy hates.
Bingo. They can't stand.
There's so much more to the game than scoring.
You're not realizing it. You're.
By the way, I'm watching Ted Lasso now. I've never seen that.
They said it's great. I've never watched it either.
It took me a few episodes to get into it, but it's really good.
Really?
Really good. I mean, it's funny, but it's also really good.
I got some other stuff I got to make up first.
Like what?
A lot of stuff. I ain't even watched Sopranos yet.
You keep talking about that like you're going to do it.
I see what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I got other stuff I got to do. Right now, Richard Hendricks is trying to talk to me into in text message, and he's giving some great points. That
Sears is great.
Without question.
He's not going to win it.
But this is the thing. I'm telling Richard Hendricks, you're going down that hill alone, brother. I don't want you to be up there on that little hill. Like, come on down, man. Everybody in the nation.
What kind of hill is it? Is it like Mount Everest or is it like Blueberry Hill?
It's a baby hill because only he believes in it.
It's not like Father's Day Hill.
No,
that's turning into a mountain.
Yeah, it's one of those hills that you at the beach and you trying to get all the sand together and create.
A dune?
Yeah, there you go. Boom.
He's on a dune?
Yeah, he might sink in it.
He's a man alone on a dune.
If he keeps it up, Richard, leave it alone, Rich. I'm telling you, man. Do not.
Big Rich. He's doing a great job in the SEC Network, too.
Yeah, he is doing a terrific job.
Doing a great job.
We was on the same flight. He was coming from Marshall. He went up there and did a Marshall game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huntington, West Virginia? Yeah. You can fly out of there?
That's what I said. He had to connect, but I was like, dude, what you doing in Charlotte?
Mm-hmm. All right. When we come back, Mark Maryani will talk about his former Montana teammate and new Titans special teams coordinator, Colt Anderson. Colt, you're on notice. It's about to happen. Mark says he's a legend, is what he says. We'll be right back. 104.5 The Zone.
What's happening? You know it's me. It's Ron Slay. You know the voice, man. 7012 Church Street East, located in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. That's why you know who it is, too. Brentwood Jewelry. You heard of it. You heard of exceptional style, exceptional deals, and they've been doing it every single day for over 50 years. Why would they change now? That's the question you got to ask yourself. And why wouldn't you want to be a part of it? Only reason you couldn't be a part of it is because you didn't know they had new hours in 2024. Here they are. Back open on Mondays. That's right. Opening back up on Mondays. They're open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Always a phone call away or a click right there at BrentwoodJewelry.com. Go in there and get you a nice timepiece, fellas. Or, hey, listen, ladies, you can go do that. You can go do it for them. Make it easy on them. I'm telling you right now, drop a hint. Get them a customized piece, a family heirloom to pass down. It's precious to you, and it'll be to them as well. But you got to go do it at Brentwood Jewelry. That's right, BrentwoodJewelry.com. Over 50 years of excellence.
All right, spring right around the corner, and maybe you want to get a jump on spring cleaning, and maybe you want to transfer your home into an oasis of calm. You need to do it with my friends at Artisan Custom Closets. Maybe you're thinking, okay, you said closets, Dawn. Yeah, but they do everything. Yes, they can make that show-stopping closet that you see in all the celebrities' houses. They can do that for you, but they can also help you organize everything from your garage to your pantry, your laundry room, mudroom. Maybe you have a playroom. They can put storage solutions that look great and are functional and organize any space in your home. Artisan Custom Closets, they're local. And their products all made and manufactured right here in the USA, in the Southeast, as a matter of fact. Here's what you do. Go visit them online, Artisan, Artisan, customclosets.com. Get a free in-house design consultation and then take advantage of their multiple financing options to make getting organized easier than ever. They did my garage and it's phenomenal. ArtisanCustomClosets.com. Say goodbye to clutter and hello to calm. 615-800-2199. Tell them Dawn sent you at ArtisanCustomClosets.com.
Good afternoon from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. I'm Joe Hunk. Adam Schefter is reporting something that we all kind of figured would happen, and that's the fact that Derrick Henry will be a free agent as the Titans have decided not to franchise tag him. If they had, it would have been for a one-year deal, obviously $12.1 million. The NFL Combine taking place up in Indianapolis this week. You have Rome Odunze is going to be right now one of the top wide receivers working out. He's going to run. He's going to test and everything in Indy. He's one of the few wide receivers that is going to do so. Marvin Harrison Jr. as well as Malik Neighbors are both going to be in attendance, but will not be practicing. And the franchise tag we mentioned just a few seconds ago, Tennessee native T. Higgins got hit with that today from the Bengals, as talked about by Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport. $21.8 million on his tag. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
3HL 1045, The Zone. Britt Doherty with you. Beautiful day in the Music City. Warm out there.
Meh. In honor of Babson.
It's warm out there. She likes warm.
Yep.
You think some people hit the pool today? Was that today a pool day? Pool party day in Nashville on a Monday?
That water probably still cold a little bit. But you can go dive in. Do the cold tub. Polar plunge. Huh?
That's right.
What happened at the polar plunge this weekend?
There's a ton of people that jumped in and froze their tails off. Not only was it like 40 degrees, but there was like a 30-mile-per-hour wind during the entire
You
thing.
documented it on our social media feeds.
Yes. Had a costume contest, had a delicious chili challenge, which was my favorite part. Yeah, chili cook-off, man.
Dude, we might have gone for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. With a little dog, a little hot dog with it.
There were also dogs walking around.
I thought you meant take your dog. Take a dog.
There were dogs walking around.
I take a dog.
Some dressed up, as a matter of fact. I saw one dressed as a sunflower.
A dressed up dog?
A dressed up dog as a sunflower.
What was the best costume?
It was probably the sunflower ones I saw, but I also saw jellyfish. And in fact, if you look at the last video that I posted, I made sure to do that last video in front of these women that were all dressed up as jellyfish.
Jellyfish.
A different color, bright colored jellyfish.
I don't like that.
Something straight out of the Wonka chocolate factory.
I feel ill at ease thinking about jellyfish, man.
Yeah, I don't play with them either.
No, dude.
Put you on out here.
I know, and they just swim by like, hey, man, I'll just give you a little drive-by here.
See, that scared me. You ain't supposed to touch them, or they ain't supposed to touch you.
Either.
Oh, well, we losing this battle.
And it's funny, there are different kinds of jellyfish. Like, so if you accidentally step on one in, like, the Gulf of Mexico, for example, like that's already dead out of the water, I think you're okay, if I remember this correctly. But I remember when we lived in Houston, we would go to Galveston, a different deal. They could still sting you, even though they were, like, dead. So I don't know what was going on there.
No, so I don't want no parts of that. Then don't somebody got pay the water bill on you?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
They are
water bills.
What?
Multiple water bills?
I mean, I assume. Better be safe than sorry.
I'm going to leave it alone.
Would you step up and do that for your friend if he got stung by a jellyfish?
Most definitely Hunk would.
I mean, a day on the beach. I mean, if you just got to go and relieve yourself, it's either go into the water or just do it there.
Couple half a gallons of water.
Yeah.
The problem is you're not just peeing on your friend. You've got like an audience.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But you got to get it done.
I guarantee you, Maryani would do that for his boy.
They got any jellyfish in Montana, Mark?
I keep having this image. I would like to be the friend who's paying the water bill or whatever they said onto my friend instead of being the one that got stung by the jellyfish.
So
had to receive all the payments.
Yeah. So if you had to be one or the other, you certainly the giver, not the receiver.
Quite worry me is, no, I don't stage fright's fine for me. I just don't want to be the reception. The receiver of the payment after the jellyfish.
Where is Babs for this conversation?
I see, we love this.
Oh my gosh!
DHB says studies show peeing on someone does not help the jellyfish sting.
Oh, just free water bills.
Oh no! So it's just urban myth. So everyone's getting an accidental placebo. They're getting a placebo stream. That's not really going to help you.
That's exactly what we talked about this morning when I asked you if you wanted to come on, right?
I was
placebo streams.
I did a bunch of research this afternoon.
Mark Maryani joins us. How are things going post-football season for you?
Oh, my gosh, dude. You guys nailed it on the head. It is so beautiful outside, man. I hope that winter's over. It's been nice and long for the Maryani family. But, dude, Slay can appreciate this. I've been just absolutely getting jumpers up nonstop this afternoon. So I had to catch my breath before I came up here. It just, I hit so many game winners in the last half hour. I can't even tell you.
Game winners against who?
It's in your mind.
Against who, bro? In the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Just
count down.
I thought you were playing Mav or something.
No, dude, Jordan was guarding me half the time. I dunked on Slay a couple times. Yeah.
Dunked on Slay.
That's how it is, man. This is childhood dreams weather right here.
Hey, I spent a lot of time putting up jumpers on an old rickety basketball hoop growing up. I wanted to be a hoopster so bad, so I love it.
It's funny, like every football guy we talk to is that way.
And every basketball guy.
B-Hop, Zach Pillar, Maryani. So, where was I going to go with you? So the Titans hire your old teammate, Colt Anderson. You guys were teammates at Montana. So Don texted you to come on. You were skiing.
Yeah, I was skiing. I I was actually celebrating my 10-year wedding anniversary, man. So
Hey.
Congratulations.
I don't know where time goes, but yeah, we were skiing, and the good man above gave us a little bit of fresh powder. So as a Montana boy, I was living it up. So my phone was left in the room. So I apologize, man. But it was a good couple days of powder.
As a little side note, by the way, on Wednesday we're going to have a severe storm threat, and there's going to be a massive cold front come through Wednesday morning, and temperatures are going to go from the 60s to the low 40s in like 2 hours.
What?
Oh my gosh, dude! Don't tell me that. I don't even want to hear it. I was getting the bikes ready. I was getting all the tires aired up, man. I don't want any more winter. I'm soft these days.
Mark Maryani, former Titan. Tell us about Colt Anderson, new special teams coordinator. You played with him at Montana. Tell us about him.
Dude, this guy, man, I can't even say enough good things. He is obviously one of my boys. He was a year older than me, but this guy just means the world to me because he's the type of dude, man, that is just he's a man's man. He's the captain of every team he's on. He as a player, he played 9 years. As a player, he's everything you want in a professional, man. He's the first one in the door, last one to leave, that type of mentality. Great locker room guy. And I started to think about how he would be as a coach, and his coaching kind of ascent has gone very quickly, as I'm sure we'll touch on. But I think the biggest thing is he's just a phenomenal communicator. He's just a cool customer, and like I said, a guy you want to be around. And so I can see why when he gets in the room with either, players even as a young coach or other coaches in the room as a young coach or in front of a GM and a president or whoever you had to interview in front of, I can see why you just fall in love with this guy. And so, I think Brian Callahan has put together a pretty young coaching staff, and so they got a lot of expectations. But I think from the sounds of it, that can also be a pretty big motivating factor. And Colt and his family and his 4 boys are going to hit the ground running, and they're getting after it already. And like I said, I can't tell you enough good things about this guy, and I hope it resonates to a great unit on special teams.
Mark, tell me, how is he as far as, I know you're a big relationship guy. Is that what he is too? And how does that, translate to special teams? Because, man, we heard, I forgot who it was on Radio Row. We were talking about special teams, and they spoke exactly like you. Like this was, I guess everybody is wired that way a little bit differently when it comes to special teams guys.
Yeah, and you got to remember, special teams, they pull, you're in the building most of the time. There's a couple roster spots for special teams, but you're in the building most of the time to play offense or defense. And so when you're the special teams coordinator or whatever, you're pulling from, both sides of the ball, all your special team, punt return, kickoff, kick return. You have guys from every, all position groups, every meeting room. And so they're all in one room. And so to me, I think Colt's specialty is that, bonding thing where you can talk to guys, you can relate with guys, he has this demeanor where you can talk about football or you can talk about life. Right. But at the same time, if he teaches you an X's and O's, routine or habit or a trick or something that on the field, he's done it. He's a 9-year vet that covered a bunch of kicks and has been on a captain of units and been on it firsthand. So I think that translates. And Slay, something extremely relevant to this show, his nickname in college, it's important, was Colt Boom Boom Anderson.
Stop it.
So we might have to just call into Robbie Bourne.
Come on.
And get that man in the boom boom
Come
room.
on, man.
Because if you talk about to anybody in Montana about Colt Anderson, they don't even know his name. It's Boom Boom. Because he used to lay the wood, so it's very relevant.
You're in the boom room.
We got to drop him in there
quickly. That right. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's the insight, the backdoor knowledge I need. Hell yeah.
Hey man, I'm telling you, it's a perfect fit. But I think when you get him, when you guys, he'll probably hate doing the press conference. I shouldn't even build him up like that. But when he gets around guys and you get to hear from him and see his demeanor, I think people are gonna really like his style and what he brings. And you know what? I think they went out and did a pretty extensive search for that job, and I believe that it was one of those things where once he got in the room with the powers that be who was making the call, it was like, you know what, this is our guy. It's got to be. And it's pretty wild. And so, and selfishly, man, one of my best boys is moving to town, so I'm in heaven. I'm stoked.
Oh, that's good right there. You won't have to shoot them one-on-one shots playing Michael Jordan in no more. You have Boom Boom right there trying to defend you.
That's right, dude. I got a homie right in the backyard.
Hey, I also read that he's got uncles that played at Montana and Montana State. That's probably a
Well, and that's the other thing is he is Montana through and through, man. He's a Butte. He is a Butte. What they call, outsiders call Butte rat. I mean, if you're from inside Butte, it's Butte versus everybody. But he's a Butte rat, and he's tough as nails, man. And he will let it be known. But he is hardwired 406, man. He is the definition of a straight up Montana boy, and I mean he's as good as they get. But yeah, I think that's right. But he's all maroon and silver these days. We don't want to go down that road.
Love it, Mark. Hey, thanks for filling us in, man. Appreciate it. Glad you're doing well. Glad you're getting those jumpers up.
All right, guys. Have a great rest of the week. We'll talk to you soon.
See you, brother.
Mark.
There he is, Mark Maryani, former Titan.
Boom.
With Boom Boom. How about that?
I like that right there.
When we come back, what do we expect to come out of the Combine this week? And what's the S2 angle as well? It's coming up next. If you want in, 615-737-1045. What are you looking forward to most in the Combine this week? 3HL 1045 The Zone.
What up, fellas? Listen here. Listen clear. I got something for you. Low T Center. You feeling a little tired, grumpy? Listen, I've been traveling and I felt it. Yeah. I took a couple of weeks off from Low T, and man, not being able to get my vitals checked, knowing exactly where my blood pressure and things like that were, my low testosterone was getting to me, man. And what did I do? I went in there and got it handled. Yes, indeed, you can do the exact same thing. Low T Center right now, $25 to get your T levels tested with results back in 25 minutes. LowTCenter.com, reinventing men's healthcare.
Okay, did you know that probably 80% of new home buyers don't ever shop around for the best mortgage loan? That is a huge mistake, especially right now because mortgage rates have come down a lot in the past couple of months. Loan Pronto is who you need to call because they will always find you the best rate. Not all mortgages are created equal, and people who use Loan Pronto save on average $3,500 just in closing costs there. And on top of that, they get a better rate, which of course saves you more and more, thousands more every single year. So maybe your go-to lender are great people, your banker, your agents, whatever, but don't assume that they are giving you the best deal. Call Loan Pronto. You can get a quick second opinion, or you can even start the entire process online. That's why they are able to find the best rate, kind of cut out middleman there. LoanPronto.com is where you can start online, or just give them a call. Let them help you with whatever you need rate-wise. 615-499-5780. That's loanpronto.com at 615-499-5780. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval.
3HL 1045 The Zone. You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Evident Bank Chat is open. What are you looking forward to?
Coming out this week?
Combine-wise, yeah.
Lies. That's what I'm looking for.
It'd be
rumors and lies.
Jason Martin used to say, season of lies.
Season of lies, yep. That's what I'm looking for.
Bubba and Dixon said Fasciano, Penn State. That's the dude.
I think it's still Joe Alt.
A lot of people went crazy on Greg Cosell saying he doesn't love Joe Alt's tape. Say he doesn't. That doesn't mean he doesn't like him as a player. Just
didn't love his tape.
Tried to rely on athleticism too much, and it's going to be a different deal at the NFL. You can go hear what he had to say about Joe Alt on our podcasting network, 1045thezone.com. Download the podcast today. Rate, review, and subscribe.
Please do.
James said, growing up in Hawaii, I was stung by a Portuguese manowar jellyfish, pissed in a cup to pour on my body to lessen the burning sensation. Hashtag believe in the pee.
Hey, and not Austin P.
He said it works.
Okay. Well, I'm riding with you. If you done it, I'm going to take your word for it every single time. I'm trusting you. I'm trusting you. Trusting the P, James. What's up?
Trust in the P. Yeah, it's always funny about the combine is all of the discussion that comes out of it. Like, this guy's the best thing that ever, and everybody falls in love with somebody's testing numbers, and I do too. Like, we all do it. Like, man, that cone drill was incredible.
Yeah, it's part of it. The 40 time, how many times they can bench 225, all of this stuff. Like, this is it.
Who was it? Kevin Durant that didn't bench 225 one time?
185.
185, not one time.
Nope.
Hall of Famer.
Tyson Chandler, too. Tyson Chandler didn't touch that bar.
And he's bigger.
He touched that bar, but he didn't lift that bar.
But in football, you get caught up in it. And so, like, you talk to Coach Mack and some of the people that have been involved forever, it's like the explosive drills are the ones that you kind of pay attention to.
Like, I just want to see, man, like, it's so much that's going to come out, and there's so many people playing games and so many people.
I mean, C.J. Stroud last year.
Yep.
With
Absolutely.
the S2 stuff.
Uh-huh. It's a lot. You got to be able to cipher through it, filter through it, and kind of figure out, what you're going to take and what you're not. And understand that, like, this is chess, a lot of it. You know what I mean? Like, if you want a guy, you're trying to position yourself to go get a guy, like, it's understanding you're going to play a dirty game. Because if you can get the goal is to get a guy as cheap as possible. That's always the goal. Drafts, free agency, whatever it is, get the guy for as cheap as possible.
You went through that in your career.
Without question. Like, that's what they ran with the label tweener. They ran with that. They ran with that as long as they could until they couldn't. Now we got a game called positionless.
Yeah. If you'd have come along now,
this would have been perfect.
You would have had, you and Udonis Haslam would have had just
15 guys
for 20 years.
Just roll with it. So it's interesting to see what's going to come out, man. You talked about the C.J. Stroud, though, last year with S2 tests and the noise that was created around the S2 test, more so by media and one GM. And it was an article.
That's all it takes, right?
Yeah, that's all it takes. That's all it takes for it to get gaslit and take off. That is all it takes. And that one GM, it was a story that came out in The Athletic today, speaking about the S2 test. And for everyone that doesn't know, like, it was not supposedly, C.J. Stroud's test was leaked and said he didn't score high when others did, and the S2 test at that time was predicted to pick guys that how they would excel going into that first year. I'm trying to find it while I was.
Well, and it's fun. I mean, we went and met with those guys, and they're like, basically, like, if you're going to run with a story about what we do here, you need to explain what we do here.
Right.
Because, just for example, somebody does something like that is viewed as bad or something like that. That's not necessarily true.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we took the test. You took the test like officially. It's tough stuff. Like they're measuring like eye quickness and all kinds of things.
It's all reaction based.
Yeah.
And I did that at 40. I think I just turned 42. I did that at 42, and you could tell where I was slow at when you looked at the results, and you could also tell how if this S2 cognitive test would have been out when I was coming out, I would have loved to have taken it without question, because my game was suited more so for being cerebral and being able to react in high-pressure situations and showing that more so than testing the vertical. Strength was fine, but quickness and all of that, like I was going to be more of, let me play these angles. Oh, this is what they running. Okay, this is what I would do.
And in stressful times, it slows down for
you.
you.
There you go.
So some guy that can jump 50 inches or something like that, maybe it doesn't for him.
Right, exactly. And that's exactly what it is. It's more so to showcase your strengths more than highlight your deficiencies. And I think that's where the gray area was.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what. And why wouldn't you want that? And I think the reason why you see them associated with 16 of the 32 teams and in the NFL is because you have the analytics that have been brought into it, and you have the game changing. So if you can cut out the middleman of what you see and add it up to what you perceive it to be when given a play, why wouldn't you want that? With all these young coordinators and everything, and the only reason they have 16 is because they can only have 2 S2 affiliations to each division. You know what I mean? Other than that, it's more that wants it. And it's just interesting to watch how it plays out. Being
2
able to know
teams
those
in
guys.
each NFL division.
Each NFL division.
Yes.
That's right. So,
yes.
yeah, that's the take on it. And I think that's where it got skewed, because you had one GM, and if you read the story in The Athletic, just like it came out 3 weeks ago and they talked about it, this one was by Zach Kiefer, and I think he cleared up a lot of it and asked other GMs, and it's to each his own. And you got to think the agency that came out, I guess 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, speaking about we won't let any of our clients take this S2 and we're telling them not to, it's because, one, why would you want to? That's fine. But you got to understand, S2 isn't necessarily selling to agencies. They are selling to teams to help strengthen what that player like C.J. Stroud coming in or Ron Slay's coming in. Why not, if this is going to be your guy, why not build something around him that can highlight the strengths? And when those deficiencies pop up, let's do something to lower the light on those deficiencies. I think it makes more sense that way, but that's not the way it was taken. It was taken, they saw a piece of the test that he didn't score well on, and took that and ran with it.
Because they said, like, didn't it come out that the number that they gave for his score wasn't even, like, it's not even a real score.
Exactly.
Like, this isn't even a score that we give out.
Exactly. So, I mean, you could take it, and I think it was more so of the media that took it and ran with it, and why not, during this gap, grab to it and run with it. You got to imagine during the season and after the draft, you didn't hear any more about it. You know what I mean? Until season was over, and now here we are again.
I wish now they would release his S2 score, since he did so well and he was Rookie of the Year.
Right.
Like,
plus you don't know what those scores are being compared to. It's not necessarily being compared to 100, for example. Like, I don't know. It's really difficult to explain, which is why it's easy to write these stories and just kill somebody on it.
Yep.
615-737-1045. You want in? Marvin Harrison Jr. not going to do anything at the Combine. He's going to continue to work out at Ohio State. He will meet with teams, he said, but going to focus on his strength and conditioning with his strength and conditioning coach, Mickey Maryani, during this time. So there's one. There will be others.
And guess what, Earl? I like it. I like it.
I mean, as a fan, I want to see what he's got, but I understand it for sure.
Hey, this is the reason I like it, because
risk-reward.
Yeah, risk-reward. And 2, you don't know until you're in that situation the reason why you missed that spot. You know what I'm saying? So I think back to opportunity. I had a great opportunity popping up for the Clippers to be on their summer league team, and a great opportunity to make that team. I was pushed out because the last minute, Blake Griffin was coming off of injury, and he decided that he wanted to play 2 or 3 games in the summer league to try to get his legs back under him. So that bumped my spot out. And he's already on, like, you're a multi-million-dollar player. You're done. Caleb Williams, Marvin Harrison Jr., like, y'all not going to increase. You know what I'm saying? If you go out there and have a phenomenal day, you're still going wide receiver number 1, QB number 1, but you're giving an opportunity to somebody that might have been right there on the verge, that might not have been invited, to go up there and be at the Combine.
Point.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's a great point. I don't think
like
anybody
that part.
thinks about that part of it.
Yeah, I do. 'Cause I was right there.
But you're right. I mean, somebody's going to get an opportunity that he,
and you never
had, but
know.
didn't take advantage
Like
of.
the ones that really need that could make that difference, that probably speed is something that they need to see. They didn't get to see that speed during the year on film. They was like, he looked fast, but we ain't really see him pull away from somebody. He go out there and run a 4.38. They like, oh, wait, he does have some speed. Maybe we can work with it. And man, all it takes is one. You know what I'm saying? So you get an opportunity in front of them 32 teams to get that one person to like you, and you gone. It could change everything.
615-737-1045. Trey is in Nashville. Trey, what up?
What's going on, my guys?
Trey, good energy. What's up, Trey?
Man, I was listening to Greg Cosell the other day, and he said he didn't like who was that? Hoyt? What's his name?
Joe Alt.
Didn't like his tape, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna take 2 years to develop a left tackle. You know what I'm saying?
They ain't got time for that. They ain't got 2 years. I'm gonna tell you right now.
We don't have 2 years to play around with that. Then you got Brock sitting there that can come in and play right off the bat. Ain't none of them guys been like Delaney since Delaney left. Any left tackle that we done had, even the one, he let Tannehill get sacked like 40 times. We need to go ahead and get Brock, and y'all have a good day and take care.
Appreciate it.
See y'all later.
See you, Trey. Like, if you listen to us, like, I love the Brock Bowers idea. I also love wide receiver idea. If Malik Neighbors is there, like, man, you win in this league with playmakers. Yeah. I hate that they're in a position that they are with the offensive line, but they are. So if you got to go that direction, that's probably the smart move.
Yeah.
And maybe, I don't know.
That's my take on it too, Earl. I'm with you on that. I love the playmakers without question.
If you're going risk reward, it's risky to go the way I'm talking about.
Without question.
But, I mean, if you draft Fashanu or Joe Alt, it's not guaranteed that he's going to be anything.
Very true.
You know what I mean?
Very true.
What if they draft one of those dudes at left tackle? He can't go. He can't play.
Our stomach will be hurting all year.
Jeez.
That has never happened to the Titans.
Yeah.
Stop that.
Repeatedly happened. Repeat offenders.
Yeah, so this is my thing. That's the only thing that makes it spicy for me. The Brock Bowers situation. If he's there and you know what he's going to bring, and like Trey just said, he can block. We've seen him get down and dirty and get nasty with it, and also be a playmaker and execute in one-on-one situations, man, pull away from guys. And we see going into the playoffs just exactly what that means to have a dual threat on both sides of the ball when you look at San Francisco with George Kittle and you look at Kansas City with Travis Kelce. Now, I know those are established guys, but potential-wise, that's what you would be thinking of if you're talking about a guy like Brock Bowers. So that is where I would love to know, in which we may never know, the scheme and the strategy behind the drafting of it and why you would go, who's giving you the breakdown, who you're believing when you talk about Joe Alt or Fashanu.
Because he said he talked to other
else.
people about this idea.
Yep.
And he said people will love his tape, but he's like, this is just my opinion.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
And that's the thing. Everybody going to have one.
Yeah. Daniel Jeremiah, NFL.com, has Rome Odunze at the third best player in the draft. So what if he's there at 7? My guess is he is there at 7. Did you see the stat today? I saw it on social media. His contested catch rate, 67%. He catches 67% of contested balls.
Rome from Washington?
Rome Odunze from Washington.
Odunze. Yep. I can't never say his last name. Odunze. Yeah, that's.
He ranks top 50 players. He's got Caleb Williams number 1. This is not a mock draft. This is just ranking players. Mm-hmm. Marvin Harrison Jr. number 2. Rome Odunze number 3. Malik Neighbors number 4. Drake May 5. Jaden Daniels 6. Brock Bowers 7. Terrion Arnold, a cornerback from Alabama, number 8. Joe Alt 9. Fuaga, who from Oregon State, the offensive tackle from Oregon State, Cosell loves. Fuaga rated right behind Joe Alt by Daniel Jeremiah. Dallas Turner, edge rusher, may end up in Atlanta. Fashanu 12. So Alt 9, Fashanu 12. J.C. Latham, the big right tackle, at pick number 13. Again, another thing that was interesting about Cosell, he was like, the way teams play now, It really doesn't matter. Like if you need a left tackle, and let's say J.C. Latham is the best guy on the board, even though he played right tackle in college, you draft him and put him at left tackle.
Yeah.
Or you keep him at right tackle and go from there because he said, teams are lining their best pass rusher up all over the place now.
They are.
And so it's not just a blindside guy, and he went through a bunch of left defensive ends, rush ends on the left side. Jared Verse, love him out of Florida State, ranked 14th. Quinyon Mitchell, the cornerback from Toledo that everyone is talking about, now up to 15. And then Brian Thomas, the other wide receiver from LSU at 16. So interesting list here. There's Amarius Mims, your boy Ramon's guy.
Georgia, right?
Yep. Didn't play a whole lot last year because he had some injury issues, but
here we go with that.
But Moan loves him.
Yeah, he does. I thought Lethal Latin in the chat brought up a good point. What trades would or could you make for a left tackle to then go get Bowers? And he also said, I feel the Titans are going to have to trade for someone for a left tackle. My only thing with that is if you go get a left tackle, you're going to have to pay so much for him and have to probably give up so much because they are scarce.
Yeah,
and
why am I giving you my left tackle?
Yeah,
if I have a good left tackle, I'm not getting rid of it.
Yeah, and if I do, you're going to have to pay an arm and a leg for it.
They're too hard to find.
Exactly. So I think, man, at that case, that's why I'm so dead bent on building through the draft with the offensive line.
So you're still there.
I need a line. Like I said that
10 toes down, offensive line.
I got to go line. Brock Bowers the only way I can be swayed, but I need to know the strategy after.
What about if Alt goes to San Diego, the Los Angeles Chargers that a lot of people are saying, potentially. And then it's like Fashanu or the guy from Oregon State. Or then you go receiver or Brock Bowers. And for people that haven't seen it, you mentioned Brock Bowers' blocking tape. Somebody sent it to us.
Yep.
It's as mind-blowing as his athletic catch and run and break tackle tape.
Yep. Sure is.
He annihilates people.
Man, go after him. He attacks.
Dog.
Attack dog.
Pun fully intended. Georgia Bulldog. All right, more of this when we come back. Daniel Jeremiah's top 50 of the NFL draft prospect. Another player that I've seen moving up the charts comes from Tennessee. Tell you about it next on 104.5 The Zone. I want to tell you about my friends at Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and they are there for you. There will be no pressure when you go see them. They simply want what you want. You in the best vehicle that is right for you, and that's what will happen. You go take your test drive. You go inside. They will help make the numbers work, and it'll be that easy. Just go have that conversation. Tell them what you're looking for, what you need. Maybe you need more space. Maybe you need less of a payment, something more gas efficient. Whatever you're looking for, they'll be able to help you out. 3450 Tom Austin Highway in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee. That's where you'll find the best vehicle buying experience you've ever had. Just 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. 3450 Tom Austin Highway. Take 24 west toward Clarksville. Exit 35 is about 9 miles outside the city. Then into Springfield, again, for the best vehicle buying experience you've ever had. Check them out online, GuptonMotors.com. All of the inventory is there. All the dealership information is there as well, GuptonMotors.com. Check them out, 3450 Tom Austin Highway, 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. That's Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
What's happening, people? Listen, man, why would you trust something that someone told you that you have no earthly idea or evidence that it even exists? When I'm telling you about Milliken Corp, I know this for a fact. You can go follow them on social media or whatever it may be. Check out some of their work. Experts in concrete, asphalt grading, and drainage services. They don't wait around. No. They aim for perfection. They go get it done. Probably seen people, know friends and family that have done projects and got them done, and then they say the project manager is nowhere to be found. They can't get in touch with them. Not with Milliken. Milliken provides a dedicated project manager on your job site 100% of the time. So you getting that decorative concrete, stamped concrete, driveways, sidewalks, patios done, parking lots, whatever it may be, where concrete is involved, they're getting it done the correct way. They provide a dedicated project manager 100% of the time. Don't get better than that. You got to hit them up at 615-238-5909. Go right over, give them a call, and I guarantee it won't be your fault. You choose the wrong asphalt. Head to MillikenCorp.com.
Love that beat. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Soul to soul. Red Doherty, Ron Slay with you.
Hey.
Don Davenport back on Thursday. Tennessee and Auburn play Wednesday.
Yeah.
You going to have something for her on Thursday, you think?
You better believe her and Hunk. I'm making them. They going to have to team up.
Should we make Hunt say right now who he's for in that game?
Yeah, he can't be wavered. We need to know.
I literally just told you at the beginning of the show that I just now really started watching.
Oh, yeah, that's part of it.
So?
Just
you know who you're for.
You riding with your team or
you know
not?
who you're for.
Yeah.
Why do you need to know if they're
Well,
good or
it's
not?
not a for thing. It's a looking at them and being like, okay, this is what I think is going to happen.
No, I'm not asking you that.
lose.
I'm asking you.
Fandom.
When you watch the game on television, who are you rooting for?
I just hope they have fun. I just hope both teams have fun. I just hope that it's a good basketball game.
Hunk is okay with a tie.
Enjoys.
Hey, Tennessee and Auburn had some ties back in the day in football.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, with the game taking place up there on Rocky Top, Auburn Tigers, you're going down, baby.
down, baby.
Yeah, down by the riverside. Jonas Adu, meet Janai Broom. Broom, welcome to the Boom Boom Room. That's what's going to happen. This is
Broom's probably saying, welcome to the Broom Broom Room.
Yeah, he's and that's that right there. See, that lets you know that door probably small. It's hard to get in and out. Like that whole little thing right there. That's why I would be like, yeah, see, we know Big Slay, man, and that ain't what he called it. So for that, we got to punish you. And this is a great opportunity for this case right here. Just talking about, we know Zakai's going to make first team All-SEC. We know Dalton Connect going to make first team All-SEC. Jonas Adu, you want to make first team? This will be my challenge. You want to make first team All-SEC? Go beat Janai Broom one-on-one, win that individual battle, and then go get the win. I'm going to move you ahead. But right now, honestly, Broom's ahead of you, Jonas. I don't know what you want me to say. I don't know what you want me to do. But the thing you got to do, you got an opportunity to go out there and show me what you going to do. It's here right there in front of you. You going to get outplayed with a dude that you can find in anybody's closet? That what you gonna do? The same thing that people ride the little witches ride around? Like that what you gonna do? No, come on, man. Minivan got one of you. Minivan cleans up. He got a broom. That's what I'm trying to tell him.
Van cleans our office building.
Hell, man.
Technically, Van uses a vacuum. But
same.
Boy, it's a powerful thing, too.
Yeah, like you got to show me.
It's got backpack on and everything.
So
no broom room.
No, man.
Auburn 2-2 in their last 4. They're 2-3 in their last 5 road games.
Yeah, tough on the road. They got a good one against Georgia. They pulled that one off. That was big. But this ain't Georgia.
What is Tennessee at home like in the last 53 and
97-0?
It's not 97-0.
Numbers may not be 100% accurate.
It could be a little fandom right there. Excuse me.
Just a little.
No, but it is like, Hunk, look it up. It's like 53 and 5 or something.
It's something crazy. I had the number.
You did. You used it for a couple weeks.
Watch this.
And then it left you?
Yeah, I go find it again. It's real easy to find.
Is it?
Yeah, super. Now the difficult part is doing the math since then.
Yeah, because it was 43 and 5 before the season started.
On January 10th, they were 51 and 5 over the last 4 seasons. And 11 straight wins over AP top 25 foes at home.
That's crazy.
That was January. They played.
When was the South Carolina game? That's the question.
Yeah, that is the darn question. I think it was after that.
I think that was after that.
It was after that. Yep.
So 51 and 5. So 51 and 6 plus they've picked up like 4 wins.
South Carolina was January 30th.
Yep.
So since January 10th, what is Tennessee at home?
I'm about to tell you.
Hunk's got the mohawk looking tight. You can see him on
Mohawk
YouTube,
working.
Facebook Live, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
You know who's looking tight is
7
Eki
and
Bop.
1, I believe.
Bop has gotten it again. Who?
I believe it's 7 and 1 since.
So 58 and 6.
58 and 6
in the last 4 years. Kamal Haddon, this from A to Z Sports Film Room. Kamal Haddon, underrated cornerback in this class. Out of 400 qualifying quarterbacks in 23. Yards per target, 3rd in America. Yards per snap, 20th out of 400.
Wow.
Passer rating allowed, 1st. in America. PFF coverage grade, 5th out of 400.
Okay.
And forced incompletion percentage, 21st out of 400. Look for Kamal Haddon to maybe move up your board.
Like that.
Or be a solid pick.
Be as solid as it's going to be. I think that's good. Him coming off that injury. I mean, he's got that in order. See, combine can help a guy like that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, this is.
Also, Tennessee had a pretty good comeback. Lady Vols had a pretty good comeback against LSU. Really good comeback. They got to within 2 and then just ran out of gas. And I figured Tennessee out. I figured the Lady Vols out.
What'd you get?
They're just not very deep. So they get stagnant on offense and they turn the ball over like a champ.
Start shooting crazy shots.
Which are weird things considering the head coach was a former point guard.
Very true. Very true.
But yeah, they forced shots. You're right.
And then also, while they were, I think it was only down 4 points, and LSU got to stop, push the fast break. The young lady picked the ball up, was about to pass it, put the ball back down, which is considered in a lot of leagues double dribble, but not in this one. Dribbled the ball one more time, pass from half court to the corner. And it was a 3-pointer for LSU. Like, how do you miss it? This is right in front of the official. Dribble the ball 2 times, pick it up to pass.
Oh, I missed that
Dribble
one.
again. Yeah.
That's bizarre.
I went straight to social media. This was ridiculous. Like, and they gave up a 3 on that play. And that really, it was over then.
Angel Reese at the free throw line. Did you see this?
I saw that. Mm-hmm.
Y'all didn't see this.
I like her.
Somebody from the Lady Vols was talking to her.
Mm-hmm.
She was at the free throw line, and she stopped and looked at her and said, "Who you talking to?
Yeah.
You cannot be talking to me.
Yeah.
Watch your mouth. I'll violate your ass.
Yeah.
How many points you got? Oh, all right.
Yeah.
F is wrong with you."
Yeah. Yeah, Angel Reese different, man. I like her. Ever since I saw her last year,
I know you like her.
block a shot with a shoe in her hand, that did it for me. That did it for me. You don't get better than that. Blocking shots with shoes in their hand.
Reggie Wayne had something interesting to say on Twitter. I guess it's about Peyton Manning. I don't know. We'll talk about it next. 3HL 1045 The Zone.
What up, fellas? Listen here. Listen clear. I got something for you. Low T Center. You feeling a little tired, grumpy? Listen, I've been traveling and I felt it. Yeah. I took a couple of weeks off from Low T, and man, not being able to get my vitals checked, knowing exactly where my blood pressure and things like that were, my low testosterone was getting to me, man. And what did I do? I went in there and got it handled. Yes, indeed, you can do the exact same thing. Low T Center right now, $25 to get your T levels tested with results back in 25 minutes. LowTCenter.com, reinventing men's healthcare.
You know what else is simple? If you need new windows and doors, simple. Just call Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. That's exactly what I did. I needed new windows in my rental property. I needed new windows in my house. And so I went through all of these different companies to figure out where I wanted to give my business to, who I trusted the most, and I picked Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. If you're like me, maybe you go and Google companies and see what people say about them and look at their reviews on Google. Well, guess what? Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville has a 4.9 rating on Google reviews, and a ton of people love Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. Here's the deal. First of all, Pella has been around, I don't know, it's going to be 100 years next year, I think. So you know that their product is quality. They also back everything up with warranty, a 10-year labor warranty, which is leading in the industry. And they have a deal going on for you right now. 50% off qualifying installations, no money down, no interest, no payments for 12 months. Go check them out. Schedule your free consultation, PellaNashville.com.
Good evening from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. I'm Joe Honk. One team made their franchise tag official today, and that would be the Cincinnati Bengals, as T. Higgins has officially been tagged. $21.8 million is what the wide receiver will make next year due to his salary or they should say the top 5 salaries in the NFL for wide receivers. Who did not get franchise tag today and be Derrick Henry, which we all kind of assumed would happen. If the Titans would have chosen to franchise tag him, he would have made $12.1 million next season for the team. And the Grizz on the court tonight, 7 p.m. start over at the FedEx Forum, taking on the Brooklyn Nets. You'll be able to watch that one on Bally Sports. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Three HL on the air Monday edition. Hope you're having a great day. Brent Doherty with you. Man, what a warm one out there.
It is warm. I actually cut the AC on today in the car. I rolled the window down for a minute, made too much noise. So I said, let me go to AC a little bit on 68.
I had windows down, sunroof open, blasting straight out Compton.
That is a good way to be.
People, I pull up to the light, people looking at me like I'm crazy.
They're probably looking at you like, oh, he jamming. Oh, I would have been looking at you like, about the jamming.
I don't know, man. The Woo girls don't know a lot about that. And like these professionals walking around downtown, I don't know.
Too. To each his own. They should know.
That's definitely true. To each his own. You do you. I'll do me.
Let me worry about me.
And what a happy world this will be.
It's 72 degrees right now.
Ron Slade's here.
I'm in the building.
Big week for Tennessee basketball.
This kind got no room.
They start that little 4-game run now, and they are in first place in the SEC. Well, they control it.
No room.
Right there.
No room.
Right there where they want to be.
Tennessee has, I'll use the net rankings for the teams.
Okay.
Auburn, Wednesday, 6 o'clock. ESPN 2, I think. Net ranking 6.
Yeah.
At Bama, Saturday, 7 o'clock on ESPN, net ranking 7. At South Carolina, next Wednesday, ESPN 2, net ranking 48.
That ain't bad.
Why is South Carolina, why is Auburn and Alabama up there and Tennessee up there and South Carolina's not? Is that pre-conference schedule?
That's exactly what it is. Their average opponent net when they started the season is 145. It's increased to 99. So that's why they're ranked at 48.
I had 48, but
48 is right. Yep.
It could have changed.
No, that's right.
I did it early this morning. Kentucky, next Saturday, 3 o'clock, CBS. That concludes the regular season. How about that in Knoxville?
Yeah.
Net ranking 19.
And all of those are quad 1 available wins or losses.
That's true.
More likely wins.
How about quad 1 opportunities?
That's a good way to put it, Euro.
Thanks.
Yeah. They've not lost. Yeah, they did lose a quad 2 game. That was to probably Mississippi State at that time.
Yeah.
Got to be.
Maybe. Mississippi State's probably on the edge.
Yeah, now Mississippi State moved up. Now they're 28th in the net.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, can Missouri win a game? They are winless, 0-14 after the loss on Saturday. At Florida, Ole Miss, Auburn, at LSU.
That's going to be tough.
Nope, done. Vandy, Vandy's last 4, they're 2-12. Vandy's last 4 at Arkansas. Susceptible there. Arkansas playing a little better. No?
Yeah, they ain't going to win no.
LSU here. Is that the one?
That's the one. That's the one you got to circle. You got to go get that one.
So they could finish 3-15?
Yeah.
Because they're not winning the last 2 at Kentucky or Florida here. Florida's playing great, y'all, if you haven't seen them.
Man, what? You ever seen a person sitting with shoes on and his socks be blown off? Almost like unimaginable, right? That's what would happen if they were to go up and beat Kentucky.
Oh, Vanderbilt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just saying.
All right, 615-737-1045. I don't know how this came across my feed, but I thought it was kind of a weird tweet, and I know no backstory to this.
What?
Which is always dangerous when you're just reading tweets.
I mean, hey.
But this is what Reggie Wayne put out there, former Colts wide receiver.
What'd he say?
Y'all got to stop thinking that certain people made me a good football player. Only people that made me anything is Ralph and Denise Wayne. Everything else I grinded and busted my ass for. Hours of film study, the 5:30 a.m. workouts in the offseason. I'm getting sick of this poop emoji.
Okay, somebody lit a fire up under my brow, my guy.
Somebody riled him up, man.
Yeah, what happened?
I don't know. Peyton Manning?
I don't know. Who was it? See, what had happened was.
See, this easily could come from like him seeing on social media some random dude going, Reggie Williams only good because he had the greatest quarterback of all the,
right.
the greatest arm of all time throwing him. I mean, it could be that easy.
And that could easily make you upset. I can totally understand that.
I don't know. Day in the life of social media. The other thing that was flying around on social media was Cam Newton.
Saw that.
I didn't see what started it. Did you see what started
it?
So
nobody knows what started. I know he was on the steps. It looked like he was talking to one of the.
Yeah, describe the video for people that haven't seen.
It was at his 707 camp that he does, and I believe he was in Atlanta. He was standing at the top of the steps, and he was talking to an individual, a male individual. Another one was right there as well, and out of nowhere, one of the individuals struck him. And they tried to jump him.
On the top of a staircase, which is tough.
Yeah.
Because anybody involved could lose their balance and take a tumble.
Yeah. And Cam grabbed one of the guys.
He had his hat on, too.
Yeah, had his hat on.
His Smokey the Bear hat?
Yeah, the Alice in Wonderland.
Yes.
Yeah, so he had that hat on and grabbed one of the guys, put one of the guys in the headlock, and the other one with the other arm, he was ragdolling him. A third one came out of nowhere and got a couple of licks in, and Cam slung one, kept the other dude in the headlock, and then police was there. Police handled it, got to whoever the other individuals were, separating them, no violence, no use of force of anything. So that was cool. Cam politely told him, so y'all thought that was going to be sweet, huh? Y'all thought that was going to be sweet. So he handled 3 gentlemen.
It was like a movie fight where you think like this would never happen. Like there's not one guy that could just handle 3 dudes because they keep coming at you and stuff, and that's what it was.
That's exactly what it was.
He never lost his hat either.
No. And to Cam's credit, I don't know if these were minors or what, or were these kids at the camp or coaches or whatever, but I didn't see Cam swing. Cam just fended them off, hounded them like real life did the old school Bluto to Popeye. Swung the guy over his head before Popeye ate the spinach.
Your references in this segment are great.
That's the only thing
Alice in Wonderland hat.
That's the only thing I can think of, man. Like that was it.
We saw him he looked just like that.
Exactly like that.
At the where were we?
The
Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was when we were at the Cosmopolitan is when he was playing craps while we were just walking around.
Yeah, but this dude, like, I consider myself a big dude, man. Cam is a big wide dude. Like, I can only imagine what this dude looked like with pads on.
What's funny is I think it was actually at Mandalay Bay. I think we were still there because that's where we had watched Black Six hit with money in our hand.
Cosmo.
It was Cosmo? Okay.
Yeah, because J.R. Smith had just walked by.
That's right. And he's one guy, so skinny.
He is. And that one guy's like, greatest shooter of all time.
And he just kind of waved.
Fill that thing up.
But yeah, Cam was by himself too. Like he didn't have an entourage or anything. Like nobody.
Nope.
He just rolling dice, listening to Don sing and dance at it.
Yeah. Like Cam was bigger than everyone. The police that came, the staff that came there, security that came. He was the biggest one. And no one had to grab Cam. That was the most interesting part. So it wasn't a wild, raging Cam or none of that. It was just like, okay.
He was just trying not to get hit.
Yeah, that's it.
Stuff.
Yeah, let me move these dudes out of the way. Here, excuse me. You land over here
and what's keeping his hat on? Like, what is underneath his hat that's keeping it on?
It made me wonder if he's got it like kind of pinned in to his hair.
Nah, ain't no need no pins. No.
Also, I think I figured out the Reggie Wayne thing.
What happened?
He made it to the final round of the Hall of Fame voting this year for like the 3rd year in a row, and he did not get selected for the Hall of Fame.
Okay, well, he's going to, so.
Yeah, that's cool.
And so people are saying, hey, the reason why you're not getting voted into Hall of Fame is because it wasn't because of you is the reason why you had that success. And it's kind of, I think it's went on for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's a touchy subject. I got him on that.
I know, but he's going to get in, though.
Yeah, you going to get in, bro.
The NFL's weird about it.
NFL is beyond weird. Who's more weird, them or baseball?
Baseball's way more weird.
Baseball by 1,000.
Because you got baseball writers, I mean, just voting people for whatever or not voting for whatever reason and stuff like that. I don't know. Baseball's weird.
I know we're gonna get into it later, but real quick, this part. Basketball, did you see the elbow that Allen Flanigan hit Zach Davis of South Carolina with?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God. Like, okay, so the game started to get out of hand. I think South Carolina
was at double digits.
Yeah, double digits. It was in the second half, early in the second half. Things weren't going Allen Flanigan's way. Zach Davis was being a pest. He's about 6'5". Flanigan's about 6'5". So the shot went up. Zach Davis went to box Allen Flanigan out. Flanigan didn't see him coming, so it kind of caught him off guard. And you could feel like, dang, you ain't had to get me like that, but you got to be alert when you come to boxing out. Instead of just looking at the ball, you need to find a man. And that's one of Ole Miss's problems. But going back down the floor, the ball's inbounded. Allen Flanigan is running. Zach Davis is backpedaling. They get around the free throw line, and Allen Flanigan takes his elbow and clean clocks him across his jaw. Like, no guard. You don't see it coming. Wow. It was one of them. I'm going to send it to you, dog. I don't know how you don't get 3 games. Like, easily. Like, this man could have been hurt really, really bad. Really, really bad. So, I'm interested to see what's going to happen on that.
Well, that and they're they say that they are putting the rules out there and trying to police head injuries in all ways and shapes and form.
I'm going to send it to you.
Tighten Up Tony says, Super Cam, fighting crime.
The Super Cam.
That's kind of what it looked like.
It did.
We had somebody call in just a second off the air. It says that actually Cam was trying to break up a fight. And so the guy that he got into a headlock was one of the guys in the fight. And when he got popped, it was by one of that guy's friends, is what he said he heard on the news this morning.
Well, it all looked good for Cam because I'm just happy he wasn't throwing punches or anything of that nature. So, like, that was a good job by Cam. Yeah. I mean,
I like Super Cam fighting crime. I kind of like that.
I like how he picked. I wish you could that should be a cartoon. He picking the guy.
He picked him up and moved him.
Hey, you stay over here. I'll keep this guy. While having a human in a headlock.
Yeah.
That's
like unwillingly in a headlock.
Yeah, he didn't want it.
What he was doing is he was showing everybody what the Panthers' offensive line had to do just to give him some time to throw.
Dude, this is
when they had an offensive line similar to the Titans.
615-737-1045. Ryan in Lebanon will lead us off. Also, when we come back, coaches saying things publicly about their team.
Uh-oh.
And it working. We got 2 examples recently. One includes the Preds. Next, 3HL 1045 this hour.
Is your home missing something when it gets dark? Maybe outdoor lighting. You guys know we did this whole backyard project at our house, but it was hard to enjoy it at night because we just didn't have enough lighting. Outdoor Lighting Perspectives Nashville is changing that for us. A local and family business. They've been here for 38 years. The owner, Bob, came to the house, talked about what we needed, designed a plan for our backyard, and it is absolutely perfect. Outdoor Lighting Perspectives is Nashville's oldest landscape lighting company. They're the leader in LED technology, and they can design, install, and maintain your lighting. Hey, side note, if you've ever been to Cheekwood over the holidays, it's gorgeous, right? Well, you've seen their work. Outdoor Lighting Perspectives has installed and maintained those holiday lights for the last 8 years, and they can do the same for you. Go to outdoorlights.com/Nashville and tell them Dawn sent you.
3HL 1045, The Zone. Brent Doherty, Ron Slay with you until 6 o'clock.
Let's go.
What's coming up at 6? Executive producer of 3HL, Joe Hunk.
That would be the 3HL after party where you will be able to hear Mark Maryani talk about Colt Anderson.
Got a couple of examples of coaches going public with concerns about their teams that we're going to play for you and talk about. Rick Pitino's one, and then Preds coach Andrew Burnett is one as well. We'll get to that in just a second. 615-737-1045. I think it'll be interesting to kind of listen to this and then show what those teams have done since they got called out publicly. Ryan in Lebanon first. Ryan, what up?
What's up, man? Can y'all hear me, man?
Yeah.
We got you, baby.
Hey, man, I just want to put y'all on game about that Cam Newton situation. I got some insight. You know?
All right, talk to us.
All right.
So it was started off with two guys. The one you see in the video with the dreads and the one Cam slanging with the backpack. Those are two coaches that used to coach with the C1N.
Okay.
With Cam. Used to coach with them.
Gotcha.
They was there. Cam them smacked them. And, of course, you know, Cam Newton going to let you know.
Yep.
So apparently they got upset and, you know, fisticuffs started throwing. And then the third one that came in was one of the he was a minor. One of the coach's sons.
Okay.
That was him who came in and kind of,
with the light color shirt on.
But that's what it was. Though.
Okay, I appreciate that.
I know because I heard the people talking about he tried to break up a fight. That's cap.
That's what I was gonna say. It didn't look like he was trying to break up a fight. Like why you getting punched if you trying to break up a fight? That quick.
No, sir. Cam was deep off in there.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that was him.
That makes sense. I told one of my partners, I was like, man, Cam got a slick mouth on him too. Now he'll say some slick to you too.
Cam gonna let you know. So one of my boys was down there for the 7-on-7.
Yeah.
So he, Cam already loud anyway.
Without question.
When he came here, Woodyard about tore his head off when he came here.
Yeah.
Dancing out in the end zone.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
I just wanted to clear that up, man.
Appreciate it, bro. No doubt.
Thanks,
no
Ryan, man. 615-737-1045.
I knew it was something. Like, I saw somebody else say that on social media. I'm like, I mean, kudos to him if that's what he's doing, but this Cam now. Like, and if that's Cam's situation. You know what I'm saying? And like he said, that group, I meant to ask him too, that group is used to coach with him. I think they were TP7 or something like that, another organization. So they was probably there, probably has some words here. So appreciate you clearing that up, my man.
Love it. All right, a couple of examples. I want to hit you with this after, but
okay.
And we've talked a little bit about it when these things both happened individually, but we got a couple of examples now where coaches go public with concerns about their team. And we had some fun with Rick Pitino's press conference, his post-game press conference, where he questioned his team's toughness and athletic ability. Yeah. Said this is the worst experience as a coach he's ever had. Well, since that little rant, and here's what ended up happening. Apparently, one of the assistants got word from the team that they were upset that he had said those things. So he went to Pitino, and Pitino kind of came in there and explained himself and all those things. Since then, they've won 2 in a row, and they took down number 15 ranked Creighton.
Yeah.
This weekend. He said after the game, in the post-game presser on the court, he's wearing an all-white suit with white shoes. The
Colonel outfit.
Said it's the tightest team he's had since he was at Providence.
Hey, man.
This is what started it all.
We just lack toughness. We just don't move our feet on defense. Look, they shot 37 free throws. Throw out the stats. You see it every game, the amount of free throws they shoot and the amount of free throws we shoot. Look at what Naheem shot on the year. Look at what Chris Ledlam shot on the year. I mean, you're a power forward. You play 29 minutes without a free throw. That means you're not offensive rebounding, not getting to the line. So it's really all the toughness things of why we give up leads. We are so non-athletic that we can't guard anybody without fouling.
Can't guard
anybody. And really, it's not about losing. Because even in winning, when we watch the film, I see unathletic plays. I see people that don't handle the ball, that's just interested in taking quick shots. So it's been a disappointing year.
If you had to do it over again, would you have attacked your first offseason differently?
I had no choice. We just could take who we could get, who was available. We had no choice. I don't think we were going to win the first year anyway, because when you rush like that and you don't see the players and you just not a whole lot we can do. But it's I think I've enjoyed even the Celtics when we lost. I've enjoyed every minute being the Boston Celtic coach. Didn't like the fact that we lost in that following year, but this has been the most unenjoyable experience I've had since I've been coaching.
You have any second thoughts of taking this job?
No, not at all. It's not St. John's. It's my team. Look, I'm disappointed. I don't want to say the wrong things, but I'm really disappointed in my team.
So let me tell you this. I like the end of that. I'm really disappointed in my team because I know they can be better. I know the potential is there. But the whole build up and cut down, this is non-athletic, guys taking quick shots. I'm even cool with that. But guys that can't dribble, they can't move, they're unathletic.
Can't guard anybody without fouling.
Like
play 29 minutes at power forward without without getting fouled.
Didn't he say this is the worst coaching situation he's ever had?
Yeah.
Like, then to move.
Worst experience.
Yeah. Like, dang.
So then an assistant coach, I guess, heard from the team, and the assistant coach talked to Patino. Patino then addressed the team and tried to squash it. And so they go out and win.
Euro.
So what happened there? Like, did him acting that way actually motivate the team?
I think, you know what I think motivated the team more so than that rant? What motivated the team, I think, more so was him coming in and apologizing. I think he showed a human side, and it had to be heartfelt. And I think he leaned back on the relationships the way he had them when he was in December. Because this is the same coach with the same guys that was saying, this is one of the funnest times that I've had as a coach.
Yeah.
Like, you're on a roller coaster right now, brother. And I understand losing does that, but, man, you got to figure out another way to express it. Don't cut us down in the public.
Is this one of those, instead of them being all mad at each other, they're now mad at me and they're united against me because they're pissed because I said that?
No, I think
because
I don't
today's
think so,
athlete would just
they would shut it down. They would shut it down. I think it was right. I think it was honestly him showing the human side of him and going in there and apologizing to him. I think they all looked at each other and was like, all right. We remember, it's not like he hasn't had a relationship and hasn't shown who he can be. He said they made him have more fun. This is what he was saying in December. I found a newfound energy being around these guys. I've been having fun. When we come into practice, we all stand there, we joke with each other. It's serious when we get on the court, but I've evolved as a coach. So you take that, then fast forward to this, and you start scratching your head like, well, wait a minute now. You can't say the same thing. You don't mean the same thing. So him going back and apologizing, I think, was the humbling approach that got to the players and made them go on to say, all right, we can go on and win this. But, Coach, you ain't got no more slip-ups like that, in you. I can guarantee. Let him he pull that one more time, I'm guaranteeing 2 or 3 of them dudes are gone or either sitting out. One of the two. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
They're like 8-9 in conference play.
It's crazy.
You know?
They can make a run in a little Big East tournament. I mean, but golly, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Here we go back with college basketball was on heroin this year. How does Creighton blow the hell out of UConn and then lose to St. John?
It's nuts. I don't know. I really don't know.
Colonel Sanders, man.
I wish I had an answer, dog. He used to wear that when he was at Louisville.
Yeah, he did.
With that white suit on like that. You know what I'm saying?
Wasn't the arena sponsored by KFC at that point in time as well? Like, what they playing at the KFC arena?
The Yum Center. Yeah, the Yum Center. I think it was like, it's one of those things, and he said his wife kept on telling him, man, you got to put it on. You got to put it on. And he went across the street to an Armani. He said the old suit wouldn't fit no more. He got a new suit, knew the guys would get a kick out of it, and that kind of lightened the mood as well. So then his players also said, man, when the coach come out dressed like that, you ain't no way you can lose. You got to win because, you know what I mean, it'd be the joke. So I think they rallied around him. That's the thing you got to do. But I've said all the time, during the seasons, you got to find different things to kind of rally the troops. Maybe this is rallying cry, him being able to apologize.
It's tough to pull off. It's tough to pull off a white suit.
Without question.
I didn't think he did. I didn't think he did either. I thought he looked kind of
He's the Colonel. He's Colonel Sanders.
He looked weird.
Like that's where it came from.
I used to not think that when he was at Louisville. I thought, okay.
Little Italian, Monty suit.
Yeah, but it didn't carry the same vibe. Maybe it's because he's older. Like an older dude doesn't need to be wearing a white suit. I don't know.
71 years old.
71. I saw today that is this right? Is Bo Derek is 67?
Bo Derek from Bo Derek with the braids.
Yeah, from the movie 10.
Jumping about the water.
Yeah, jumping about the water. Yeah, 67.
Yeah, okay. I wonder what she look like. Let me go look her up. Bo Derek, what you looking like?
Is she going to battle Martha?
No, it's going to be tough. Now, when Martha come up out that water.
Martha's 80, right?
Yeah, but Martha come out the water a little different, though, yo. A little bit different than Bo Derek could ever at that age.
If y'all missed it or you're new to the show.
Okay, Bo. No. Now, Bo ain't down bad. That ain't. I'm gonna give Bo a just doing credit. Bo will turn some heads. She come through. It ain't like coming out the water, but she right there.
And she's not like Martha.
Yeah, see, Bo got a little bit more little turkey up under her neck. Martha was a little bit more tighter. Am I supposed to say that?
Well, I mean, phrasing first. First phrasing.
I'm talking about the neck.
I don't know. Where's Babs?
No, I think it's cool. No, I think, like, listen. Hey,
you talking about like her gobbler?
I mean, if that's what you want to call it. I don't think I want to call it that. I'd rather just say neck. More like it.
For those that are new to the show, Slay lost it when he saw Martha Stewart on the cover of Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Edition.
Stunning.
At 80. She's 80, right?
Flat out.
Because this is the year of the octogenarian? Yeah. Is that what we were saying?
Yeah. Yeah, whole different level.
Because Al Pacino just had another baby, and so did
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro did too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, shout out to
they're in their
Martha.
80s.
Anybody can get in touch with Martha, tell her I said what up, we here.
Hey, Martha's got I think a special on Peacock, like a documentary.
Well, I'm trying to figure out why you know so much information about
because they
girl.
play it every single commercial break when I'm watching my shows.
Well, watch yourself.
Just letting you know. I was giving you information so you can go watch
I know what Martha got going on.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Between me and Martha.
By the way, I think that's called a snood if Google is correct.
Who?
Martha.
It's what's under the turkey neck.
See, I know. See, that's why I didn't want you to look it up now.
All right. We were having this nice discussion about.
But salute to Bo Derek.
About coaches getting the attention of their team. You actually saluted, too.
Yeah, she deserves it. She hot for 7-1.
Remember when National Preds coach Andrew Burnett said his players needed to focus on hockey and not their vacations? They had lost 5 out of 6 and then had lost. This was in the postgame presser. We'll play it for you. After they lost 9-2. Hard to lose in hockey, 9-2. So he said this after that game, and then we'll tell you what's happened since.
I think not understanding where we're at or having trouble getting their mind around what's important. That's hockey. It's not everything else that goes around hockey. It's the game of hockey. And I don't know if we're understanding the importance of that our mind has to be in the game. It can't be in our vacations.
See, that's a little different right there to me, y'all.
The mindset has to be in the game, not our vacations. Like, he's talking about his players already looking past the play. Like, they were out of playoff contention by 4 points at that point.
We cool.
And he's saying that his players were already talking about vacation.
Yeah, where you going?
Offseason.
1, 2, 3,
and that does happen, by the way.
It most definitely does. Without question.
So he must have overheard something, is what I think.
Someone right.
Then they lost 9-2. He probably tried to deal with it in-house. And then they put that performance out there on top of him dealing with it, would be my guess. And so he lost it.
Yeah, it can mount up on you. It can mount up.
So what have they done since then?
What's taking place?
They had lost 5 out of 6. They had dropped that game 9-2. They were 4 points out of playoff contention. Since then, they've won 5 games in a row.
They're rolling.
And would be in the playoffs if they started today.
I like it. That's what I'm talking about.
So coaches going to the public can have an effect on the connection of the team.
Do you think that my whole thing is, and I was talking about this with somebody, I forgot who I was talking about it, but we talk about it all the time. When you have a relationship, I don't care what level it is, it's an understanding that goes with that, and you have to be able to communicate and feel comfortable enough if you're going to call someone out, knowing that they will respond, or you've done everything possible. And because, like you said, man, it can be taken the wrong way. Especially the professional ranks, college ranks,
two
air
different
quotes,
things.
amateur, two totally different things.
I mean, to me, that comes across as Hail Mary. Like, this is my last. Like, the message didn't get through.
You can grab my attention.
I got one more thing I can do.
And this is it.
And plus, I think a lot of it was him being a human and upset. And
Yep, I agree.
What was the score against Dallas when they lost again?
What is that? Who they were playing? 9-2.
9-2. And to put it in perspective, the Miracle on Ice 1980 Olympic team, when they did an exhibition game against the Soviets at Madison Square Garden, they only lost 10-3.
That's before the Olympics when they beat them.
Yes. Yeah. That was when they got
10-3.
Destroyed by the Soviets in an exhibition game. They lost 10-3.
It's hard to give up 9 goals in hockey. I mean, seriously.
A whole lot. That's a lot of goals.
I mean, you go 3 games without scoring 9 goals.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is wild. I mean, hey,
good
props.
response. Yeah, good job.
To lose 5 out of 6 and then win 5 in a row off of that is impressive enough.
I'm telling them, good job, coach. If that's the case. But I do think it's a different motivational factor when you're a professional. You take it a certain way.
Court stomping. It's an issue. How do you stop it? What should be done?
Was this real?
Oh, you're going down that path. I can't wait. Let's go.
Initiate it.
3HL 1045 The Zone. That's next.
What's happening, good people? I got to bring it to you because it's right here. Yeah, Cove Generators, and it should be right there on the side of your house. When what happens? Power goes out. Might hear that big lightning or thunder that come through, knock it out. When the weather gets a little funny and you're not sure, your house not sure, it just says, hey, you know what? I hang it up right now. I don't feel like operating. And the power goes down. What are you going to do? You going to wait for that old clunky green machine that used to be a generator on the side of your house and crank up, making all that noise? No, that's not what happens with Cove Generators. Super silent. Generac home standby generators are seamlessly integrated on your home. That's right. Generator Dave with Cove Generators is the expert on everything generators. Family-owned company right here. Your technician Project Matter stays with you for the duration. All you got to do when you get your Generac automatic standby generator with Cove Generators, get them a call, 931-559-3311. 931-559-3311. Hit them up so you can get everything that you need to stay connected through it all with CoveGenerators.com.
It's a big Saturday night in Smashville. The Preds continue a 5-game homestand Saturday, March 2nd. You can see the Preds take on the Colorado Avalanche at 5 o'clock at Bridgestone Arena. It is Kids Day. You bring the whole family, and the first 2,500 kids receive custom Preds shoe charms. Get tickets for the game at NashvillePredators.com/tickets, and then make sure you never miss any games when you secure season tickets. They just went on sale for the 24-25 season. The Preds are giving you a jersey with your tickets, plus a ton of other great benefits. Lock in those seats. NashvillePredators.com/season tickets.
3HL 1045 The Zone. Coming up tomorrow is Tupac Tuesday. It's also 2 for Tuesday. Meaning if you partake in an adult beverage while you listen to 3HL, number one, it's better. The show's better that way.
2 times better.
But on 2 for Tuesday,
that's why.
You can Reese and Laurie yourself.
And feel great. Kiddie pool.
Drink responsibly, people.
That's right.
I mean, I knew a guy one time took his riding lawnmower through the drive-thru at Crystal.
Damn.
Dead serious.
So, can you get a ticket for that?
Oh, hell yeah.
I was going to say.
I mean, in the moment, he probably didn't think
Yeah,
so.
probably,
Hey,
yeah.
man, I'm not in my car.
Yeah. That's genius. Yeah, he's just riding through. Like, he felt like he was on a bicycle, I guess. I don't know what that's like.
Somebody told us that they did away with the hot tub, the hot tub woo girl thing. Yeah.
Wow.
And then somebody said there's a fire truck woo girl toter thing.
That's pretty. Are they hanging off the side of it?
And that the guy that owns it, I haven't seen it. The guy that owns it apparently is a 3HL fan.
Hey, shout out. We need to be on that. Come on, man. And I hope it's the long fire truck where the person got to drive it in the back. That's going to be me.
With the hat
back
on?
of the back of the, you know what I'm talking about?
And the coat, yeah.
Yeah, the very back.
Well, you'd have that thing swinging around.
Boy, I'll be, coming through, banging stuff.
Be hanging off of a bridge over 65.
Hey.
Woo girls better hang on.
You better get tight. Hold on, everybody. Here we go. Sleigh ride's taking over.
Sleigh ride. There's a Seinfeld episode where Kramer's on the back of the fire engine. They're like, who's driving? They're like, Kramer. He's back there in the back of the ladder's like flying to the side of the street and everything.
That'd be me.
Oh, man. With like the jacket half on.
I love Seinfeld. It was a great show.
Somebody was telling me not too long ago, I brought it up the other day, that they thought that our show was kind of like Seinfeld. Because like particular episodes of our show like focus in on like Dawn Can't Hear. Remember that one? That was a good one. 615-737-1045 at 3HL 1045. Always the way to get us. Duke star Kyle Filipowski, the latest in a long line of hated Duke players, injured his ankle allegedly.
Yeah.
In a court storming event. John Shire, the coach, said, got to end them. What's funny is they put on SportsCenter or something that I saw, SEC has the highest fines, like $250 or something. Then it was like the Big Ten at $100 or $150. Then it kind of goes down, and somebody's like at $10,000 fine. And then the ACC, somebody else was like, we don't fine you until the third one.
Yeah, that's nuts.
And then the ACC has nothing.
Zero. I think it's crazy.
Shire, you need to talk to your conference.
Right. I don't want them to do away with court storming.
I don't either.
I don't. I think, man, it's deserving of the fans. I think they put in as much as energy to change the atmosphere of the game, and you should be able to celebrate. Do I think it should be somehow people in place for it to be a delay till players are off the court? Yes, without question, but
visiting players.
Yeah. That's
because the home players probably want to participate.
Yeah, I'm going up there. Yeah, ain't no if fans a bus. Like, just
here's the thing: if you punt it, and there's video of everything. Go back and punish the people that are involved, and do it that way, and you'll be able to police it. And then the only people that'll go will be the ones that don't want to get in trouble.
Exactly. And they should.
You've been on both sides of it, right?
Heck yeah. Yeah, I've had it when the court was stormed against us at Georgia, and I had my headband around my neck, and someone tried to snatch my headband off my neck.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so I've been on it, and I'm cool with it. Like, but don't do that. I'm cool with the touching and everything. Like, and this is the other part. Like, you got to understand that if I'm in that crowd, I'm gonna defend myself as well. So that's part of it too. And I think your energy has to be right. And I think Filipowski, in this situation, energy wasn't right. He was about to do something. To me, this is my opinion, I thought he was about to push the guy without question. And I thought he was sticking his leg out. That was, to me, was not a natural stride and walk.
Yeah, it looked like he started it.
You know what I'm saying? And he was getting ready to push the dude. Now, the dude was wrong because he was getting ready to say something to Filipowski as well when he was running by. So your energy got to be right. That's why I say, man, you put the people in place to secure the perimeter the same way you do at NBA games when the yellow rope is pulled out when you're about to celebrate the championship. You don't I wonder what those rules and laws are for people running onto the floor. NBA, I'm sure they get arrested. So I would say adopt that. But the fans, to me, man, I'm a fanatic as well. It's too involved, and they change the atmosphere of games too much to ban just fan storming.
I mean, it is kind of a tough issue to talk about because it is part of the energy of college basketball.
That's right. Like we just got finished talking about, the reason things are so lopsided, it's hard to go on the road and get a victory. And that's because not only the players in that leveling out, but the fan experience is different. Think how many people in universities have moved student sections down around the court to create that atmosphere. Neville Arena wasn't like that. Like Tennessee wasn't like that before Bruce Pearl. Like they brought Georgia's the same way. They brought the fans
team
down.
brings the energy.
Yeah, man, that's part of it. These are your peers.
And they brought the fans
Yeah,
down.
these are your peers, man. Like I'm cool with celebrating with my peers, and I'm cool talking funky to your peers. It's real simple. Like when we shut y'all up, I'm gonna let y'all know we shut y'all up. That's part of going on the road, and it's us against them. So. Yeah, man. I thought the energy was wrong though with Filipowski. I thought he was thinking about doing something, and that kept a little bit of karma got back.
Speaking of playing on the road, I think I've asked you this before, but I remember Chris Lofton saying one time that he actually enjoyed playing on the road a little bit more for one reason. Like he loved Thompson Bowling, obviously, and that's a special place and all those things. But playing on the road and being able to shut a crowd up with a three,
nothing like it. Nothing like it in the world.
That's what he said.
I loved it.
I mean, it's immediate.
Silence. Silent. Can I give a shout out real quick before we go?
Dude, of
man,
course.
Shout out to everybody, man. The playoffs starting in high school basketball is going down, man. I had an opportunity to go talk to Pope John Paul last year and their team, and there was a little bit of disarray, man, and hopefully it's come together. They're going to the Final Four to play for the state championship, or semifinals to hopefully get a chance to play for the championship.
Final Four.
It's good to see them coming together, man, and salute to them, man. So keep pushing. And everybody else that's in it, man.
Love it. Back at it tomorrow. Listen to the Zone all day long for combine coverage. Good night. God bless. Love y'all.
See y'all. Wouldn't want to be y'all.